a.m. WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Oh, what a sports weekend. The New York Yankees don't lose anymore. The New York Knicks play a near flawless game one. The New York Giants get a top 10 pick for Dexter Lawrence. We're going to get to all of it. But tick-tock, as we sit here on this Monday at 10 a.m., April 20th, and the Mets on an 11-game losing streak. I, for one, am ready to fire Carlos Mendoza. I have had the clock strike midnight. I've used that analogy for a while now, that I was at about 8:15 as the Mets were losing. But Sunday afternoon, as the Mets found yet another new eventful way to lose, their 11th consecutive loss, dropping them to 7-15, I think it's time. And it doesn't mean it's his fault. It doesn't mean he's the reason the Mets have an offense that does absolutely nothing. It's not his fault that Devin Williams threw a fatty right down the middle to Michael Conforto. It's not all his fault. But as you sit here and the Titanic is sinking and the fire is everywhere, you have to do something. So you, Shaun Morash, filling in for Tiki, he'll be back on Wednesday. If you want to call me the irrational, petulant child, you have every right. But I'm just going to be open, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be brutal with everybody. They got to fire the manager. Sorry, I'm a bad guy. I'm a jerk. I'm calling for someone's job. They suck. And you can't fire the GM. You can't release every player. So I'm sorry. That's what they need to do. What time is it? Let me tell you what time it is. It's 12:03 a.m. Good morning.
Good morning, Evan. Now, did you reach midnight Sunday from a jump from 8 to midnight, or do we get to 10, we get to 11 on Friday, Saturday?
No, it jumped to midnight.
It jumped to midnight. Here's my issue, Evan.
I'll give you more reasons as we go on, but go ahead.
So I'm not going to push back on that, because 11 straight is 11 straight, no matter how you slice it. And managers in baseball, better ones than Carlos Mendoza, have been fired for far less than 11-game losing streaks in season. If you're not doing that, what are you doing to change it? Because, Evan, on Friday afternoon, as the weekend started, as much as that game kind of was an implosion early, I felt like the Mets offense late in that game was starting to show a little bit of signs. I know the pressure was off. You know, you call what you want, but at least they had some runners on. Alvarez did drive in a runner. I said, you know what? At least in these last 3 innings, the Met lineup looked like you could see tangible signs they were going to rebound. And then what the hell happened on Saturday and Sunday? Now, we could talk about Devin Williams imploding, but guess what? It's a 1-0 game because you again can't score after you can't score on Saturday. They don't have any life in the offense. Acting like Juan Soto is just going to be this, cleanser of all things. Yeah, he'll help. But the lineup issues go way deeper than that, and you're not making any trades right now. Carlos Mendoza, just for the sign to the clubhouse that this can't stand, has to be fired.
You hit on it. What do you do? What are you going to do about it? They're in the course of an 11-game winning streak, and one option is to say, hey, there's too much talent in the room.
Yeah.
They're just too talented. Eventually, they'll turn it around. Juan Soto's coming back. Francisco Lindor is better than this. Bichette is better than this. And naturally, the Mets will just get better. And that's an option. And that is probably David Stearns' preferred option right now. But I've watched this sport for a long time, and you hit on it. Some managers have been fired for less. And if we make this about, well, it's not Carlos Mendoza's fault, it's actually David Stearns' fault, you're losing kind of the discussion.
Right.
Because the discussion isn't whose fault is it. We all know it's David Stearns' fault.
Absolutely.
He built the roster. He made the decisions that some of us didn't like. It's the players' fault, obviously. But you're not changing those things in the middle of a season. You're not.
Right.
You're trying something to spark the team. And you asked a great question. Because on Friday, I was at about 8:15.
Okay.
So what caused me, I think, a rational Met fan. I mean, I like to think of myself as a rational Met fan. You can tell me if I am or not. But what made me jump 4 hours? Obviously, 3 more losses.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the other thing. And this is the thing that's actually bothered me as the day has gone on, yesterday into the evening, as Roman Reigns brought glory back to the WWE by becoming a world champion. Acknowledge him, our tribal chief. The only championship I'll see in my freaking lifetime is a wrestler winning a title.
Can I guess?
What?
You hated his answer about pitching to Nico Hoerner.
Oh, my God. It's not just the answer to pitching to Nico Hoerner. It's the decision.
I think the answer might have been worse.
The answer is worse, Shaun. I'm not disagreeing with you. But there are certain moves that go 50-50. There are certain moves like deciding we're going to make David Peterson the bulk guy, or when to take out David Peterson, or when to go to Oscar Brazaban. Even the decisions around Devin Williams for the last 2 weeks, barely pitching him, which certainly doesn't help considering his 2 performances in the last 13 days have been disasters. Those are like 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 managerial debates. When there is a runner on third, and for those that were not watching, I'm going to describe it very quickly for you so you can understand the brain-dead move that Carlos Mendoza made, because this was as bad as it gets. It is a tie game in the 10th inning. There's a runner on third and less than 2 outs, and the batter is Nico Hoerner. Nico Hoerner doesn't strike out. Like, literally, he doesn't. I came with numbers. He strikes out 9% of the time. What does that mean, Evan? The league average is 22%. So he does not strike out.
Right. He's putting the ball in play with a runner on third and less than 2 outs.
He's also a .350 hitter. So you walk him because the on-deck hitter, Michael Busch, is not only hitting 150, he strikes out 27% of the time. And in a situation in which you lose with good contact, to me, this isn't a debate. This isn't let's take your calls on the Mendy decision. There is no debate. There's no other side of things. I love debates that have 2 sides. This doesn't have a second side. The idea that this manager decided to face a .350 hitter who strikes out 9% of the time instead of facing a guy on deck hitting 150 who strikes out 27% of the time is not worth us arguing. Because if you argue the other side, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's the decision Carlos Mendoza made. And you're right. His answer after the game, which I'll play for you in a minute if you guys want to hear it, if you want to throw up in your mouth. But that decision was so bad. It was so egregious that I'm sitting there at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, like I'm close to firing the manager, but I'm not there yet. That should have been his final move as manager of the New York Mets. That was the cherry on top. Like, he's not to blame for the majority of the 11-game losing streak, but you can bet your ass he was the final nail to it.
Well, when you're looking to lose a losing streak or end a losing streak, simply put, your managerial decisions now go under a microscope even more so, and you have to take the power of how do I win this game to help these players along. And you're right, it was just atrocious. Like, you can't, you know what, I'm not going to spoil anything. You got to play the sound before I comment on it.
Rami, can you please play Carlos Mendoza explaining, very valid question. Steve Gelb says, hey, would you think of walking Nico Hoerner with a base open and contact being the end of the game? Listen to Mendy's answer, and I warn you, try not to puke in your mouth.
Did you consider walking Hoerner to set up the double play?
No, in that situation, especially with Hoerner, you put him at first base, they're going to take second base there. So, there's a contact situation there, but, then they got some of their best hitters coming up after that too. So, no, I would just going right after him.
All right. A couple of things, and I'm going to try to remain calm. Number one, who cares if he takes second base?
Exactly.
The run doesn't matter. Yes, it eliminates the double play. Okay, fine. I'm not walking Nico Hoerner because I'm desperately trying to get a double play. I'm walking Nico Hoerner because he's a lot better than Michael Busch.
You're extending the game.
Yes. I'm giving myself a better chance for a strikeout pitcher in Craig Kimbrell to get the one thing he desperately needs, which is a strikeout. So, number one, to even mention the idea of Nico Hoerner taking second base, like, I don't know why you would ever bring that up. It's a tie game. And number two, Michael Busch right now is hitting 150. Alex Bregman, while he'll be fine, and he's Alex Bregman, is not in this moment Nico Hoerner. So sometimes we don't need analytics. We don't need lefty-righty. We don't need anything other than a very simple thing. He's their best hitter. I said I was going to be calm. I apologize. He's their best hitter. Why would you face their best hitter? But let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it confused. We are not firing Carlos Mendoza because of a moronic move he made on a Sunday. You're firing Carlos Mendoza because the ship be sinking. Last year, they collapsed. Let's call it like it is. They changed the core of the roster, and they changed the coaching staff. The manager was basically the only survivor.
Right.
And now in a brand new year with an entirely new coaching staff and almost an entirely new roster, they're sinking worse than they even sank last year. So explain to me why you wouldn't change something else when you've already changed a million things over the last 8 months.
Yeah, and you're running out of time as well from this standpoint. This homestand, and we could talk about the Twins playing better baseball than we thought, has lined up for the Mets where if they were going to right a sinking ship, now's the time, Evan, even though it's the end of April. It's that late early. And I don't know how, if you keep Carlos Mendoza and you kind of meander your way through, even if you end the losing streak and you tread water and you go 5-4 or something like that, it's also not good enough, I think, in this homestand. You need to, reverse course. You need the shot in the arm now, the wake-up call to the locker room to go, boom. And we've seen this, right? A coach gets fired in the NBA or in the NHL, managerial situations in baseball. I think you need the impulse fire here, and you hope for 7-2 in this homestand. That is really shaking up a locker room to then feast on opponents that you should be better than anyway.
Managerial changes, while unfair, sometimes spark a team, to your point.
That's it.
It's happened a lot. And so it isn't about Carlos Mendoza's a bad guy or Carlos Mendoza's an idiot or Carlos Mendoza is even the main culprit. Again, if we're playing the game of who's the culprit for this bad start, and let's say the Mets season doesn't turn around and they lose 95 games and they're the worst team money could buy, part 2, obviously the guy at the top of the list is going to be David Stearns. We all know that.
But that changes nothing in season right now.
Right. What you do in season is you try to fix things. And it's unbelievable that this has happened. I'm still watching every game thinking they can't be this bad. They can't be this bad.
They can't score runs.
I know.
They cannot score runs. Who had them beating the Rockies in the race to 15 losses here?
No, I know. I'm laughing because it's just so ridiculous. What this franchise now is so ridiculous. And the way they lost yesterday, Michael Conforto.
Of all people. Michael Conforto off Devin Williams. You can't make it up.
The Mets lost a game yesterday, and excuse me because I'm going to take, I guess, a shot at you. The Mets lost a game yesterday as if Shaun Morash was writing the script. As if Shaun said, you know what I'm going to do because I'm a bad guy? I'm going to write this script to make Met fans really suffer pain. I'm going to give him a little, no offense. I'll give him an MJ Melendez solo job. Excite him a little bit. MJ Melendez is the new Jose Iglesias. We'll give him that. We'll give him a lead going into the 9th inning. We'll even give him Luke Weaver pitching well. You know what? I pity you.
Yep.
Bounce back performance by Luke Weaver. Then we're going to give you a couple of failed offensive opportunities late. Bichette can't drive a run in less than 2 outs. I'll throw that in there. And then I'm going to have Devin Williams not fully implode. He's not going to lose the game immediately because we like to torture Met fans.
Yeah.
We're going to have him give up a game-tying hit. Let me see. Who's on the Cub roster? Okay, Ian Happ. Yeah, it doesn't do it. Oh, Michael Conforto's on the roster.
Amazing.
Oh, let's plug that one in. And then we'll have the limp offense do nothing in the top of the 10th inning because they're not allowed to score a run with the Manfred man on second. And then I'm going to torture him even more where they're going to lose in the bottom of the 10th inning and literally nothing happened other than a wild pitch.
Yeah.
And so the Mets lost yesterday, the 11th consecutive loss, in a Yankee troll wrote the script kind of way. So good job, Shawnee.
Yeah, I could totally see it, but this isn't even Yankee troll, and this goes back to the offseason again. There's nothing we can do about David Stearns here. Was there a soul in their living room yesterday that thought Devin Williams was getting the save?
No.
Didn't we all know it the moment when it was a 1-0 lead and the way this losing streak's going?
I don't know if you saw this.
It was like watching NASCAR for the car wreck. You knew it was coming.
I did something yesterday. It was like a science experiment. As Devin Williams took the mound, I did a snap poll on Twitter where I said, and I only set the poll up for 15 minutes. I said, will Devin Williams save this game, yes or no? Right off the top. 1-run lead, chance to break the losing streak. The guy's pitched 1 time in 2 weeks. What do you think? And it was 79% that said no.
You just knew it.
And I don't know if it was Yankee fans chiming in because they're mocking Devin Williams, I get it, or if it's Met fans not believing. And here's the thing about blown saves. Sometimes it matters when you blow the saves.
Yes.
And that one was the most inopportune blown save you could actually create.
Yes.
On the midst of at least winning a game, salvaging this series and road trip, coming home against weaker opponents, saying, all right, here we go. We're going to stop the bleeding. You suffer a loss like that. It's a collective fail from top to bottom. Everybody deserves blame. But to me, the only thing you could do on April 20th, 2026 is try to make a change at manager. Will the Mets do it? Steve Cohen hasn't shown a sign of it. David Stearns hasn't shown a sign of it. But you ask me, as what I like to think is a rational Met fan. I try to be a rational Met fan. I'm not Frank. I'm not Tommy. I'm not crazy negative. I'm not crazy positive. I try my hardest to just be honest. And honestly, Sean, I would change the manager.
I'm with you. 888-808-1019.
Now, do you want to hear what David Stearns said on Friday? Because sometimes you want to read the tea leaves on what was said. So David met the media, I guess, after our show.
Yeah, it was pregame.
It was pregame.
Yeah.
So it was right before the Mets would then lose to Chicago 1, 2, 3 more times.
Yeah.
So it was an 8-game losing streak.
Great job by Kodai Senga, by the way, who's skirting a lot of blame.
No,
Jeez.
No, he ain't skirting blame. He should not start this week for the New York Mets.
Blame on a Monday because so much has happened since.
I get you. Look, I mean, there's a lot of people that are not skirting blame but not getting the proper attention. How about what the Knicks did to the Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah.
How about what the Giants did in getting Dexter Lawrence traded to Cincinnati?
I can't believe Dexter Lawrence is out of here before Carlos Mendoza.
I know. How about the Yankees whipping that Kansas City ass? By the way, we're going to get to all of those things.
How about Aaron Boone not committing to Ben Rice as the leadoff hitter going forward?
We'll get to that one, too. I have that one written down.
Yep.
So we got a lot to get to. But here is Friday. David Stearns being asked about the job that Carlos Mendoza has done.
I think Mendy's doing a very good job. I think Mendy is putting players in positions to succeed. And we need to go out and play better.
So does that sound like somebody who's going to call a press conference for later today to say, yeah, remember what I said Friday? I got to change it up.
Well, it doesn't, but again, it's 3 days later, and you could point to a clueless managerial decision on Sunday to end the losing streak. Things can change in 3 days.
I will say this. If the Mets fire the manager, and I don't think it's the likeliest thing just because I suggest it, I believe if they fire Carlos Mendoza, that message, that decision is coming from ownership more than it would be David Stearns. I think if it was up to David Stearns, he would say what he said on Friday in the dugout at Wrigley Field. He's doing a great job.
Yeah. Well, the longer he says that and keeps Carlos Mendoza as the manager, the less the heat is on him next.
Oh, you think that's what it's about?
Well, yeah. The moment you fire Carlos Mendoza and then nothing changes, guess who's next on the clock? It's David Stearns.
We'll get to your calls coming up. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Yankee fans will get to you. We'll have our Yankee Turning Point contest coming up later this hour. Plus, Shaun Morash, the face of Giant fans, his reaction to the New York Giants making a blockbuster trade, not only for the 10th pick in the draft, but let's not bury this part. They made the trade, and it leaked out in the middle of a Knicks playoff game.
Amazing.
Well, what's going on here? Amazing. This reminds me of bridges to the Knicks in the middle of a Yankee-Met game. Remember that?
Yes. Unbelievable. You're so right.
So we'll get to all that coming up. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Plus, what did Francisco Lindor say about the job status of Carlos Mendoza? Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name-brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. It's also sponsored by Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Pain Management. Visit samwellpain.com.
This week on The Fan.
Keep listening for your chance to win them before you can buy them. To see Usher and Chris Brown at MetLife Stadium on August 7th. Tickets go on sale Monday, April 27th at 12 p.m. at livenation.com.
Brought to you by Live Nation. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Dr. Jay Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who all trust Samwell Pain for all of their aches and pains. Visit samwellpain.com.
Todd, I've come to Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to make a declaration of deals on all Ram trucks at Ramsey.
John Montone, during the Deck Up Deal sales event happening now, you can save big on the heavy-duty truck you need to reliably haul the largest of loads year-round.
Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $379 a month for 39 months. I do declare this is an offer that won't last long.
And here's another declaration. Ram is America's best full-size truck, complete with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Declare yours today at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of
exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. VIN number TN300125. MSRP $64,575. $2,500 down plus tax, title, registration, and fees. Zero security deposit. Ends 4/30/26.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient. Smart. Done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Experience Mets baseball with friends, family, or coworkers in a Citi Field group hospitality space. Catch all the action with your crew while enjoying unbeatable views with great food and drinks. Start planning your group outing now at Mets.com/groups.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SCHEV.
The Boomer and Geo Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers give it $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, play your game. We just love the app around here. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Yankee fans, it is time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. The other thing that you should mention in terms of Carlos Mendoza's horrific and maybe firing decision to face Nico Hoerner in the 10th inning with a runner on third and less than 2 outs is that if you walk him, and let's say you get Michael Busch out, you had the option to then walk Alex Bregman because the guy hitting cleanup in the Cubs order at that point was the pitcher. Because Craig Counsell had left Conforto in, and so they gave up the the DH spot, and so the cleanup hitter was going to be a pinch hitter off the bench, probably a catcher. Actually, it would have been. Miguel Amaya was the only guy left. And so that was another option.
Wow.
That if you could get Busch out, who's at 155, you had the option of saying, you know what, I'm not going to deal with Alex Bregman, even though he's off to a cool start. Let me go after the cleanup spot. It forces the Cubs' hand. And Mendy didn't do it. So it was bad. But here's the thing. Francisco Lindor is the captain or not captain of the New York Mets. And Francisco Lindor, after the game, was asked about what he thinks about Carlos Mendoza's job. Before we play the clip, what do you think Lindor said? You think he said fire his ass?
No, I think he's probably went to the, we have to play better. It's not on Carlos Mendoza well.
Let's hear from him. Here's Francisco Lindor on the job status of his manager, Carlos Mendoza.
You mentioned it's going to get loud. A lot of that talk is going to be around Carlos Mendoza. I mean, what would you say about how the job the manager has done with you guys?
He's done a fantastic job. This is not on him. This is not on him. He has make sure everybody here is prepared. Every coach here is prepared, and we have the information. It comes down on us. Mendy's our guy. He's our leader. He's in control, and he's done a tremendous job. We just haven't executed. It would be unfair to put everything on him because at the end of the day, he has gotten the ship in the right direction. We just have to. The people are paddling. We got to paddle and execute.
Since we're using the boat analogy, the boat is sinking, Francisco.
Burn the boats.
Yeah. That was a very passionate defensive Mendy.
He sounded like a true captain there.
Yeah, no doubt.
He did. I don't have an issue with him sticking up for the manager.
No, I don't have an issue with it. It just doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day...
Well, what's he going to say, man? He said the right thing.
Absolutely. Like, if you give any kind of cold answer about it, then we're going to read into it that he hates the manager. But it doesn't matter what he says. You could tell me all day he's putting everybody in a great position to succeed.
Right.
You have to do something when you're failing. And obviously last year the Mets did. They got rid of the entire coaching staff and said bye-bye to the core of the team. And that was off of a winning season. So you do things sometimes that may not be right. Like, take a look at the core as an example. Was it Brandon Nimmo's fault that the Mets collapsed? He contributed to it, but was it his fault?
Directly his, no.
Was it Pete Alonso's fault?
No.
Was it Jeff McNeil's fault?
I mean, I guess his versatility still played defense.
Was it Jeremy Hefner's fault?
Well, I mean, the pitching lab was not what it was.
No. Look, you know what the answer is to all these guys? Yeah, they contributed to it.
But it was no one person's fault.
No.
And listen, and this is David Stearns again. Deflection. It's on him.
Oh, it is on him. No doubt about it. Let's hear from you. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Kyle in Mountainside, New Jersey. Good morning, Kyle.
Hey, Ev. Shaun, I love you, bro. I love the podcast, but I got to have a one-on-one with Evan right now.
You go for it.
So, yeah, this whole Nico Hoerner thing is just rubbing me the wrong way. Like, I mean, we got PCA on third with less than 2 outs, so they have 1 out. And we got Nico Hoerner up at the plate, who is literally batting like 360 with guys in running scoring position. And he's batting like 325 with 20 RBIs. How do you not just let him get first? And, yeah, okay, let's say he does take second because you don't want to throw down, but you do have Luis Torrens, who throws down 43% and guns him out. Like, I don't understand what they're doing. And then on top of that, Mendoza has the right and the nerve to say, he's going to take first and then take second. It doesn't make sense. You're playing for the out at third. You don't want that guy to score.
And you're also the other thing, Kyle, I don't know if you felt this way. I'm not playing for the double play.
Right.
I'm playing to face the lesser hitter.
You want to strike him out?
Yes. It's a strikeout spot. Like, even if you walk Nico Hoerner, I doubt I'm even playing the infield back. I'm probably playing the infield halfway, where I trust Lindor and Simeon. Hey, if it's hit hard enough, you can try to turn a double play. But the truth is, you got to gun down the lead runner.
Yes.
So it wasn't about a double play. It was about facing the lesser hitter. And the mistake that Mendy made, and Boone has done this a lot, And it's one of those things, I admit, it triggers me. I get triggered by certain words. I didn't consider it.
Right.
If you're a good manager, you consider everything.
Everything.
Even the questions that are dumb. Even the decisions that you would say, I wouldn't do that. You consider everything. And so he didn't consider walking a 350 hitter.
I got to tell you, too, do we know which reporter it was that asked him the question?
It was Steve Gelbs.
Okay.
Did I
you're
not?
right.
Did I include the question in the clip?
You're
I'm trying to remember.
I was just trying to blank remember because I remember the way he asked it. Steve Gelbs, with all due respect, did him no favors either.
In terms of what?
Because Steve Gelbs presents the question by asking about, the double play, considering that the double play was never really going to happen.
Yeah, that. By the way, that is Big Mac is defending Mendy because he doesn't need to defend Boone this weekend because everything was good. Gotcha. And Big Mac made that point to me. He just did, and I appreciate it. Which is, hey, wasn't he specifically responding to walking him to turn a double play?
Right.
I didn't take it that way. I took it as, yes, that is an option. I choose not to have that option because I'm not trying to turn a double play. I'm doing it because Hoerner's the better hitter.
The point is, though, Mendoza should still be considering, as he's mentioned, double play. Well, the double play wouldn't have been the reason we walked him. I just thought...
Absolutely.
Right. But I do think that in his head, even planting the double play seed might have thrown Mendoza.
No, I don't accept that. I'm sorry. I get it, and I appreciate that.
I really don't either.
Because you're still walking him.
Yes.
Even if it's not for the double play, you're still not facing Nico Hoerner. You can't face Nico Hoerner. The Cub announcers, and Jerry Recco played it this morning with the guys, they were mocking it. You know how we do that sometimes? Like we're watching the game saying, oh my God, you're facing Aaron Judge? What an idiot.
Yep.
That's what they were doing. So double play or not to me is irrelevant. You can't face Nico Hoerner in that spot. Let's go to Timmy in New Jersey. What's up, Timmy?
Hey, guys. First off, love the show. I look forward to listening every day.
Thank you.
So, Evan, obviously it doesn't seem like the Mets will fire Mendoza after the defense from Stearns on Friday and the players yesterday, even though I think they should. What do you think they will do, if anything, to try and rectify the struggles the team has been facing this season, especially over the losing streak?
I think what they're going to do, and it's funny because it doesn't affect their biggest issue. Their biggest issue is they're not scoring runs. They have the worst offense in Major League Baseball right now, or at least statistically, they're towards the bottom, if not the exact bottom. But I think they're going to alter the rotation. We already saw it yesterday with Tobias Myers opening for David Peterson. Yeah. And I think we're going to see something with Kodai Senga later this week.
You have to.
I'm not sure if it's him just being a straight bullpen arm. I don't know if it's IL with a fake injury. I don't know if it's tag team, bulk. I'm not sure specifically what they're going to do. But I would be very surprised, Sean, if Kodai Senga is making a traditional start Thursday night at Citi Field.
He cannot be. I'd go a step further. At some point, don't you start considering eating the Kodai Senga money a little bit and just saying we're sending a message to the team that this crap performance isn't worth it?
The reason I lean towards no is I still think he can be useful.
Okay.
And I don't like doing that when guys can still be useful. Like one idea with Senga is throw him in the bullpen and say, go throw as hard as you can and get me 3 outs in the 7th inning.
Listen, it's certainly better than having him implode at any turn in the 1st or 2nd inning. I don't know how any Met fan trusts Kodai Senga.
No, we don't. But and what's funny is, that's a great question by our last caller. What are they going to do? It's the old Clint Capella line. What are you going to do about it? And what I see them doing are things that really doesn't have to do with the offense. What they're going to do with the offense is believe that the return of Juan Soto is going to fix their issues. That Juan Soto being back is going to somehow get Bo Bichette hot. It's going to get him hot. Brett Beatty's going to get more than one hit in a week. Vientos is going to get hot. And that will kind of fix the offense. So I think what they're going to do offensively is trust the return of Juan Soto makes a difference.
I know they weren't losing 11 straight, but it wasn't like their offense was absolutely cooking when he was in the lineup to begin.
No, I know. I'm giving you the answer.
Yeah.
Jeff in Oceanside. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Hopefully you let me talk. Evan, you always cut me off.
Well,
all right.
Maybe there's a
Mendy
reason.
should have never been brought back. They fired every single coach last year after a great collapse. They changed the entire core of a team, got rid of fan-favorite superstars, changed everything. It made no sense to bring Mendy back. And it's not early. They've lost 11 games in a row. So in essence, what they've done is they've made April June. So it's not early. Why was Mendy brought back when every coach was fired? Major superstars were either not re-signed or traded. It made no sense. Why was Mendy brought back to start with?
All right, so here's my counter. I want to go back into Met history. Is that okay? Can I do a little Met history?
Yeah, let's go.
Tiki was playing, and if Tiki was here, he'd be like, dude, I'm sorry, I was too busy running over linebackers.
Yeah. Rick Reed.
No, he was on the team.
Okay.
In 1999, after the Mets lost their first 2 games to the Yankees at the Subway Series, Steve Phillips took Bobby Valentine's coaching staff and fired everybody in the middle of the season. I mean, they basically ripped Bobby Valentine's clothes off and said, hey, you're go naked now. Go figure it out. And it was almost like a warning sign at Bobby. And the team responded. The team got red hot. They beat the Yankees on that Sunday night. They finally handed Roger Clemens a loss. Mike Piazza hit a home run. We know what that would lead to down the road.
Yeah.
And it worked. And so I think what David Stearns did after a collapse, however you want to define the collapse it was in the second half of last year, was I'm going to change the roster. Some of it because of finances. I don't believe in Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it about changing the locker room. If you want to buy that, that's all fine. I'm going to change a lot, but I still think the manager's good. I still think the manager knows what he's doing. But this is a warning shot at you. You know, eventually you're going to face the blame. And it worked in 1999. So far, it hasn't worked here. And I'm on record as saying I would have brought Mendy back. So I disagree with Jeff. Mm-hmm. I understand his point. Like after the collapse of 07, could the Mets just have fired Willie Randolph instead of letting it linger until June? Sure. If you know the future, it's easy. But if you knew the future in 1999, they could have fired Bobby Valentine too. And they didn't, and it turned out to be the best non-firing you could make. So I think that's the explanation on why you didn't fire Mendoza at the end of last season.
I think what gets confusing now if this doesn't happen today is you have a clean out, right? It's 11 straight losses. It's an off day. How many more would it take if you're not doing it today?
If you're not doing it today, Soto comes back and they suck at home against bad teams, and then you do it next Monday on another off day.
Okay, so the losing streak in theory could get snapped, but they still suck.
I mean, listen, I'll walk you through this. I'll walk you through because you asked the question. They don't fire Mendoza today. We're good. We're going to figure it out. They lose 2 out of 3 to Minnesota. They lose 2 out of 3 to Colorado. So it's not a continuous losing streak, but they have a bad 6-game stretch against teams that they should beat.
Right.
They are now 10 games under 500, and they have an off day a week from today going into a series against the Nationals. And by the way, Juan Soto's back, and he played, and still no difference. That's what could change. If you're asking me, why would it happen 2 weeks from now or a week from now as opposed to now? If everything I laid out just happened, don't you think he'd be fired next Monday?
That makes sense. So we think Mendoza survives the NFL draft.
I mean, I wouldn't.
No, but what do you think?
Well, I don't think they're going to fire him.
Okay.
Based on the David Stearns clip we played a few minutes ago of saying he's doing a hell of a job, and even based on Cohen's track record. Like when Steve Cohen bought the team, we created a caricature in our mind. Mm-hmm. He's Daddy Warbucks. He's George Steinbrenner on steroids. For good and bad reasons, that's up to you as an individual. He is not George Steinbrenner. George Steinbrenner would fire managers on a whim. He hasn't done that. I don't include him firing Rojas since he inherited him. So it's Buck Showalter, and that came from David Stearns. So we don't have this track record of an impetuous owner saying, hey, I'm pissed off. I'm going to do this, this, and this. That hasn't happened yet.
Not for nothing. Steve Cohen is coming across this morning like a little bit of a coward, too, for being completely honest.
Why? Because he hasn't tweeted since he called out the fans for not using the free tickets?
But he tweeted once after that, which was that long, garbled, this is why, remember, with the green shots?
The green lawns, yeah.
Okay. I don't mind the owner not talking, not tweeting, kind of sitting back. But if you're going to come out and call out fans 3 weeks ago for garbling up free tickets and complaining they didn't show up, and then you're going to pull the positive Tommy crap pointing to all the positive stuff, after a sweep like that where the losing streaks reached 11, how is it 10:38 you haven't fired off a single tweet?
No, I get you.
But if that was a home game and the fans didn't come, he'd be the first one tweeting about it.
Well, that's the problem. When he did the free ticket giveaway tweet, that began the losing streak. So I don't know if it's karma or not.
Oh, was it Mr. and Mrs. Met hugging people?
It was not Mom Donnie. He's getting the blame too. I mean, I guess that's factually accurate as well. Like if we're going to create reasons for why the Mets suck besides the obvious, just like we created reasons for why they were good 2 years ago, whether it was Grimace or Haktua or whatever gimmick we came up with. I'm cutting my beard. Tommy's being positive. Whatever stupid thing you want to give credit to. Yes, factually, you can blame the mayor and the owner for the hugger word heard around the world, and Cohen talking about the free ticket giveaway. They haven't won since.
So are you going to start calling them Mom Donnie Mets now?
No. I'm not going to call them the Steve Cohen. I'm going to call them the crappy Mets who don't hit. Like,
it's crazy.
Here's the difference, and I want to show consistency on this. As much fun as Grimace was, that wasn't the reason they were winning.
Of course. It was just a silly rallying cry.
And as much as people either don't like the mayor because they didn't vote for him, or they just don't like his politics, or they're mad at Steve Cohen, it's not their fault either.
No, it's not their fault. Mrs. Met hugged him.
As much as one may want to make it that. Let's go to Paul in Branchburg, New Jersey. Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
So I'm going to try to stay calm. So this run prevention defense is absolutely horrific. You have position players that aren't even playing their position, and I think that's a big concern with Bichette because I don't know if he's all flustered about playing third base, not his right position, and is affecting his batting. You get rid of Pete. You don't even get a first baseman. You have multiple players playing first base, and it's like this team is absolutely horrendous. Not even talk about yesterday's game.
I don't know. Look, Bo Bichette's been a disaster. All right. He's been an absolute unmitigated disaster. And I thought in game 3, one of the underrated moments, up 1-0, is when he came up with a runner on third and less than 2 outs.
Yes.
He's supposed to be good at this. He's supposed to be our Nico Hoerner.
I was just going to say, that's exactly right.
And he didn't come through. I don't know. You tell me. You could be rational about this as an IBO. Is Bo Bichette struggling because he's learning a new position defensively?
I think it's entirely possible, Evan. Can I bring it to the Yankees for a second?
Of course. Who haven't lost in about 5 days.
But I still, big lightning rod in the station. I still believe a lot of the reason that Jason Dominguez couldn't get out of his own way early with the bat last year was because he was learning left field on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is something to it. I think it's very easy for us just to go, hey, he's a shortstop. He could transfer over here. I know A-Rod did it, somewhat seamlessly, although it wasn't completely seamless at the beginning. I do think that's part of it. I think also he signed a big money deal that wasn't full security, where he could get out of it this year. It could be a couple different things weighing on him. Oh, by the way, coming into a team with high expectations while there's nobody else picking up the slack, and you feel even more pressure. It's probably a bunch of those things on a wheel.
And what's unbelievable is, and no one wants to say this, because why would you say this? Bo Bichette's looked good defensively over the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
He's actually made a successful transition to third base.
I would classify him as fine.
With that said, I don't know if I can put that as the reason why he's hitting .217 with a .538 OPS.
Well, do you think he's not healthy?
I think health is a possibility. I think the pressure one puts on themselves when they come to New York, we've seen a lot of guys struggle when they first get here. That could be a reason.
Yeah.
And, here's the reality. I don't care what the reason is. Like, you're making $42 million a year. You need to produce, and you haven't. And Bo Bichette is one of the many reasons why the Mets have underachieved. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but on Friday, I said, what do you think is going to happen this weekend to the New York Mets in Chicago? And we actually made series predictions. And we like to hold ourselves accountable here at Evan and Tiki, with Tiki returning next week, or not next week, in 2 days. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we said on Friday about what we thought would happen in the Mets-Cubs series, and let's see how accurate we were. Senga for the Mets on Friday, Peralta on Saturday, David Peterson on Sunday.
1 and 2.
They're going to lose 2 out of 3?
Yep.
Sean?
They're getting swept.
Damn. You know what? Just to prove to you that I can't quit this, the Mets are sweeping the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
I'll give you some confidence.
Okay, Tommy.
Loser.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, man.
You're a schmuck.
So congratulations to Sean. He won the prediction game. He successfully predicted that the Mets would get swept and this losing streak would reach 11.
I learned my lesson. Last series, I predicted David Peterson would beat the Dodgers in a game, and I wasn't having it. Can we give our guy Tiki a little round of applause?
Sure, Tiki. We love you.
All right. We are in a show group chat.
Yeah.
Tiki Barber is quite literally in France. I think he's coming back either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to see him Wednesday again.
Yeah.
The moment Devin Williams blew the save yesterday, the first one of all of us on the show to engage anybody in a text was Tiki Barber from France. Devin Williams, geez, or something to that effect. And I went, Tiki, in the middle of the night from France?
Well, I'll walk you through why that happened.
All right.
So I don't know if you're good with time differences.
I'm not.
It's a 6-hour time difference in France. So that game started at 8:20 for Tiki Barber, which means the Devin Williams implosion occurred at about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
That is a hot Tiki Barber. I've had a couple of drinks.
I'm laying on my iPad in bed.
I was already frisky.
Yeah.
That's over?
Yep.
I'm just chilling. What's going on?
Yep.
Oh, let me check in on those loser Mets. And so that was the sweet spot for Tiki to have checked in on the Met game.
I couldn't believe I looked down my phone. I said, Tiki from France on Devin Williams?
And he's such a big mouth because when he left, he's like, I'm not going to watch the Mets. I'm going to take a break. He can't quit it.
It's unbelievable.
He can't quit that crap.
We've converted him.
No doubt. Let's go to Larry in Westchester. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Evan. How you doing, buddy?
Good. What's up?
Yeah, listen, I remember at the beginning of the show you said you were a longtime Met fan. And I know you're in your 40s, so how about me? I've been following this team for 60 years.
Well,
And
at
it's
least you
the
got 2
same old-
championships. At least you got 2 championships,
Yeah.
bro. You got that going for you.
I think it was by accident though, because this team is they're definitely cursed. It's the same crap year after year after year. I'm such a diehard that I keep coming back for more. I think I must be a sadomasochist or something.
Jeez.
But
Well-
getting to Mendoza, my point.
Yeah.
I told the guys that you took over for, they should have fired him at the end of last year. Sky is no manager. And Stearns, he's even more of a problem than Mendoza is. This guy, with his analytics and blowing up the team before he had replacements in, he hasn't done anything to help this team. And I'm shocked that Cohen doesn't say anything. Can you imagine the old man George putting up with this crap?
But he's not George. And I think one of the biggest battles that Steve Cohen had was when he bought the team. And I was doing the show. Joe and I were so excited. Remember, it was A-Rod and J-Lo versus Steve Cohen. And Joe was in favor of A-Rod and J-Lo. He was like, you know what? Give me A-Rod and J-Lo, bro. And what I was enamored by with Steve Cohen was his beautiful money and what he could do for this franchise. And he spent a ton of money.
He has.
I can't argue that. But what we didn't know was the personality. We didn't know, is he going to go on social media and do tirades? Is he going to be George Steinbrenner 2.0? And while there are aspects of him that are very different, certainly than old ownership, he's not George. He's not firing a guy on a whim.
Yeah.
He hasn't done that yet. I know they've been through 10 different general managers, but think about how they went through those general managers. One guy sending pictures of his you-know-what. The other guy is getting DUIs and not telling his bosses about it. And then the other guy in Billy Epler was only there as they were waiting for David Stearns.
But wouldn't you agree that this is where Steve Cohen gets himself in trouble when he tweets fan stuff?
Because then the question is, why aren't you here now?
Right. You have no problem questioning fans on different occasions. I'm not even saying he's wrong about that. Hey, I'm doing my part. You guys go to the games. Remember, that was the last year round.
Yeah,
Then this year with the free ticket thing, as stupid as it was. If you're going to take the social media for that stuff, where you're quite literally calling out members of your fan base, it comes across a little empty when you avoid the, hey, we got a real problem here. Let me make a snap decision and fire
What
him.
should Steve Cohen say on social media this morning?
What we are playing like is unacceptable, and there will be accountability if this doesn't change.
I think that's fine. Look,
That's it.
I
You don't have
think
to say who you're firing, what you're doing.
And I've said that he can be critical on social media and it would actually win the fans over.
That's it.
And he can do it in a way in which he's not alienating the guys on the roster.
Yeah.
So I do think that from a PR standpoint, yeah, it would behoove him to come out and say this crap is unacceptable. I'll never forget that tweet from 2021 where he said, I can't believe major league hitters are struggling like this, right? Where he was very critical of the team. But if he never tweeted at all, if he was an owner that you never heard from, like, we don't hear from James Dolan.
Right.
And we're certainly not going to hear from him considering he's basically running Madison Square Garden like the freaking gulag.
Yeah, speaking of which, all that facial recognition, we're still letting Fat Joe in, huh? really rolled the dice.
Not only that, he did a halftime show.
I was going to say. He did. By the way, when I saw Fat Joe was doing the halftime show, as a Knick hater, I was like, okay, we got this.
Yeah, everybody thought
So credit to the New York Knicks. They overcame the jinx of Fat Joe and took game one. More on the Knicks a little bit later on. But we don't get mad when we don't hear from James Dolan because we never hear from him unless he calls up his buddy Craig and comes on here.
Yes.
Like, it's the only time we hear from him. But when you're out there and you're tweeting about free tickets a week and a half ago, you're right. That's when, hey, you're tweeting about that.
Yep.
Where are you right now?
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. We're going to continue to take your calls on the Mets, who reached 11 straight losses. Cubs swept them away in Wrigley after Devin Williams blew a 1-0 save chance in the ninth, and the Mets did nothing in the top of the 10th and then wouldn't walk Nico Hoerner in the bottom of the 10th. The Yankees hit Ben Rice leadoff and were rewarded. Rice homered. The Yankees scored 2 runs as the Yankees swept the Royals. Oh, he scored 2 runs, and the Yankees swept the Royals with a 7-0 win.
All right, let's get to the Yankees real quick. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. The Yankees beat the Royals 7-0. They sweep Kansas City. Blowouts on Saturday, blowouts on Sunday. Let's guess the Yankee turning point. I don't always do this. I don't often do this, but I got to go to the bottom of the first inning. I think when Aaron Judge parked 2 batters in, and the Yankees immediately had a 2-0 lead after they pounded the Royals the day before, I thought the game was over. So I'm going early turning point. I'm going Aaron Judge, 2-run home run, bottom of the first inning that gave the Yankees an early 2-0 lead. Shaun Morash.
Knowing the story of the day yesterday.
Why don't you go and ask Shaun Morash?
With hitting Ben Rice leadoff. I'm going to go with the Rice homer. Also, it further solidified actual run support for Ryan Weathers.
Yeah, first time he's ever gotten run support. Let's hear it. The turning point of yesterday's Yankee victory.
First pitch. Swung on a deep drive center field. Going back lane, Thomas on the track. Looking up. Goodbye! 90th. First inning home run by the captain. It's a 2-run shot and an early lead for the Yankees on this cold April Sunday. It's 2-0 Yankees.
All right, Dave. All right. I like
How
the way
about
you
all
said
right,
cold.
Evan? I got it right.
You
You're
did
not going
get
to
it
say
right.
good job, Ev?
I mean, you took the easy answer.
I took the easy.
I certainly wasn't going to double up.
We do need to address that this is the second time this season the New York Yankees open their gates on a Sunday afternoon and tell you, I think we'll play. We're pretty sure we'll play, but we can't tell you what time.
They were better about it yesterday.
What'd they do better? Tell me.
I think if you know the Yankee Twitter account, they have basically alluded to this is going to be delayed, but we're still going to open up. I think they told you without telling you. You're more than welcome to come in.
But take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I think
that was the way I interpreted it.
Where I'd be critical of the Yankees, and the Mets haven't even done this yet. I know the Mets have moved start times due to cold weather. But what I'm passionate about is not moving start times because of cold weather. I don't think that's necessary, and I didn't even fully agree with the Mets doing that 2 weeks ago. I'm a big fan of the rain and kind of playing a game around the rain, and yesterday the Red Sox did that. I don't know if you saw that, but the Red Sox announced they were moving their 1:30 game against Detroit to 4:35 because of the forecast, and the game started at 4:35, and they played a game. And so what I want to see the Yankees try to do, and the Mets, when the weather tells you this, is just move the game back. Like, if you know there's going to be a rain delay, then just announce it and say, hey, you know what? We're starting this game at 4 o'clock.
And we're not talking about summertime pop-up storms that, you know, you have to really, really be monitoring the radar that pop up at any point. This was known that it was going to rain basically until late afternoon yesterday.
So why not do that? I thought the Red Sox made them look bad, quite frankly.
The Red Sox, though, had to do it.
Why?
They couldn't have the team sitting around for all those hours only to turn around and play at 11 a.m. today either.
Oh, is that a part of it, you think?
I think so, because they knew these teams were waking up early to do that rather than have them sit at the ballpark all day.
I don't think that should matter, though.
You don't want the team sitting at the stadium for 15 hours wondering when they're going to play, only to turn around and play a morning game that never happens on Monday.
Yeah, whether it matters or not, I do think this needs to be a part of baseball. Like, move start times. Doing it for the cold weather was weak. Doing it for rain, I think, makes a lot of sense. But for the Yankee fans who hung in there, good for you. And you were rewarded because the Yankees, who had a tough start to this homestand, end up going 5-2 against the Angels and the Royals, and I think everyone would have accepted that going in. More of your calls coming up as the clock struck midnight on Carlos Mendoza. We'll get to the Knicks playoff victory, but coming up next, Dexter Lawrence is a former New York Giant. We break it down from top to bottom. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan till the Carton Show at 2.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever. During the spring refresh sale, save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Detroit Pistons are now on upset alert after dropping Game 1 of their series to the Orlando Magic. And that sounds crazy. Detroit is the 1 and Orlando's the 8. But the Magic look like the 1 seed, not the Pistons. And the big criticism of the Pistons all season long was outside of Cade Cunningham, can anyone on the roster beat you? In Game 1, that was absolutely not the case. I worry that the Pistons could lose this series. I'm Nick Costos.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd for the Yankees' annual Star Wars Day. Enjoy special appearances by some of your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a max-free Mandalorian bobblehead. Get your tickets now for Saturday, May 2nd, Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium. For tickets, visit yankees.com/tickets. And may the Force be with you.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Calling all hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Balancing style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Nothing but net. Nice shot. Man, I miss playing basketball. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
Lower testosterone?
Yeah, men just lose their edge after 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
Nugenix, the testosterone booster.
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula. It skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours and boosts your body's free and total testosterone in just 2 weeks. Since I started taking it, my energy is way up. I feel like I did back when we played for Coach Mack, and it's even spiced things up with my wife.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text BLING to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BLING to 215-215. That's BLING to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
The Rico Brogna podcast is proudly sponsored by Takara Fuji Apple Chew High, the sparkling cocktail that blends shochu spirits with delicious flavors of fruits from Japan. Whether it's Citi Field or your favorite spot, raise the apple.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
At the end of every year, we have a little feature here on Evan and Tiki where we count down the most memorable New York sports moments of the year. And sometimes as something happens, I say, oh, that's a moment. That's a moment we're going to remember in late December. And I jot it down. And to me, the combination of the Knicks playing the Hawks in game one of the postseason, in conjunction with Dexter Lawrence being traded to the Bengals all at the same time, that's a moment. I don't know if it's top 5. I don't know if it's top 10. I think a lot is still yet to be written, as the song goes. But that was a weird moment on Saturday. As a Giant fan, how are we feeling? Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals for one draft pick, so it ain't that complicated. Mm-hmm. The 10th overall pick, courtesy of the Cincinnati Bengals.
I think the word to use, Evan, is refreshed. I feel refreshed as a Giant fan that this saga is over. It felt like it was just hanging over the Giants' necks and our fans' necks as far as does Dexter Lawrence even want to be here? Really even having to question the argument of, is he declining, is he not declining? And in the end, I said from the beginning, Dexter Lawrence has to get you a first-round pick plus. I never saw a top 10 pick truly coming, so I'm okay with the non-plus of that because the top 10 can become plus if they choose to. So I'm refreshed. I'm energized. I'm okay if this means from a just pseudo, the Giants aren't going to win 10 games, maybe they win 7 games because it's that big a loss, like the immediacy of this. But the Giants are going to be a better franchise long-term having made this deal. That I feel pretty confident about.
That's the complication. Like, you still traded him for a lottery ticket. It's a really good lottery ticket. It's a better lottery ticket than I expected, and I will certainly admit my flaws on this discussion over the last week and a half. I did not think you would get this. And that was one of my main skepticisms about trading Dexter Lawrence and why I was ready to get petty and say, screw it, bro. You got 2 years left on your deal. I'm not giving you what you want because I didn't think this trade was out there. So kudos to whoever we want to give credit to. I don't know. Is it Donna Ponte? Is it John Harbaugh?
Probably
Is it Joey Shane?
I'll give credit to Dexter Lawrence's agent who wouldn't let him talk to John Harbaugh and have him convince him to stay.
Yeah, Joel Siegel. Congratulations. So I think the return is very good. And I'll get to Siegel in a second. But you do bring up the point that worries me slightly.
Okay.
It's a great return. I am not questioning that, and it's better than I thought, and it gives you so many creative options on what you want to do in this draft, which we'll explore as we lead towards Thursday. But you're not as good as you were yesterday.
Absolutely.
You've taken away a key piece from your defense, and you said it many times. They were horrible at stopping the run last year.
No doubt.
And now you just took them away.
Look, there's no way to defend that aspect of it. And I think a lot of the outrage and ire Giants fans may have had who were pro keeping Dexter Lawrence is exactly that, which is this was already a position of need to fill the defensive tackle room out. Now you just made it arguably the worst position group that exists on any team in the NFL. I want you to think of that. That is how bad the Giants' D tackle room is.
Have you broken that down yet?
I started to because now, again, it'd be very easy to take a shot at the Jets. I would argue the Geno Smith quarterback room of the Jets is a better room. With that being said, I think I started to get more realistic about the 2026 Giants over the last couple of weeks, which is where I've argued with Tiki about this, right? I've mentioned how many different holes I think this team still has off of this offseason, that I don't think this offseason's been as great as everybody else had. And if I could be clear-headed about that and go, I don't think the 2026 Giants are going to win as many games as some people who have John Harbaugh fever have, then I'm okay taking that lottery ticket.
Right.
Dare I say even removing $30 million guaranteed if he were to get that extension from the Giants. That's more that they could do in future seasons. And go, you know what? I want guys that ultimately still want to be here. So John Harbaugh's got one shot, as far as I'm concerned, to have a clean slate of a locker room. It's this shot. And if Dexter Lawrence didn't really want to be there, I'm weighing that, plus the 10th overall pick, plus eventually even more money they could spend next offseason, the offseason after. I don't know how you don't look at his home run. Now, again, if they draft another Evan Neal at number 10,
yes,
and and their free agency money they free up is spent on nothing, and it's Christian Kirk making a bunch of sure, this could look badly, and Dexter Lawrence could go win a Super Bowl with the Bengals this year, making it 3 straight Super Bowls won by ex-Giants. All of that could backfire and look awful. But the guy didn't want to be here. And if you have a guy that doesn't want to be here and you turn it into you now having 2 of the top 10 picks in this draft, I don't know how you don't look at that as an enormous win for the Giants. I just don't.
Yeah, the other thing that, and this is a very Morashian spin, but I thought about this when the story came out that Joel Siegel, the agent of Dexter Lawrence, refused to allow Dexter to talk to John Harbaugh. You'll love this spin, but I really believe it. I have no reason to spin. This gives me even more confidence in John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Joel Siegel basically said, this head coach is so good. He is so good at motivating players. He is so good at convincing you to love football and to believe in him that I won't let you get on the phone with him.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust you to stick to the script of, hey, we want more money. We want what turned out to be an extra year on my deal. I'm not going to buy what John Harbaugh sells me. So Joel Siegel showed John Harbaugh the ultimate respect by banning his client from even talking to him.
Pig move by Siegel, too, if we're being honest.
Smart move. Well, if he wants to trade, if that's the end game, he knew I can't let Dex talk to him and then have it come back to me where my client says I don't want to be traded.
This is where I'll call it a pig.
He's a genius.
A pig move, okay? Now, Dexter Lawrence, as we all now have probably seen, has signed a 1-year extension onto the 2 he already had guaranteed. The Giants, if you're reading these reports, you believe them, were willing to give him another 3 years, which basically would have played out the rest of Dexter Lawrence's career. This agent wants this payday and wants one more. He didn't want to lump it all in here. Now, that tells me the agent himself was thinking to himself, how many more good paydays can I get in my own pocket off of Dexter Lawrence? And I think he worried about his own finances, Joel Siegel did, by not having Dexter Lawrence go on the phone.
I was curious. It didn't piss you off that all it was going to take was an extra year on his deal?
Because it wasn't with the Giants.
So what do you mean?
The Giants wanted to give him security over 3 years.
I get that. The Giants preferred the 3-year deal, probably because they could manipulate the cap number a certain way.
And he told them no.
Okay, fine. Why weren't they willing to go 1 year?
Okay, so
what was the negative to the 1-year deal that Cincy ended up giving him?
So this is where I'm going to have a hard time answering this question. The negative to me, probably, I would have given him the 1 year. I don't know if he ever allowed the Giants to give him 1 year, and that was stated. It felt like all of a sudden he went to the Bengals. This is the way I interpret it, unless I'm dead wrong. And then he agreed to the 1 year, and the Giants were caught going, hold on, we're giving you 3 years.
So this wasn't about the money the way we thought it was? He truly just wanted to get out?
I think he truly wanted to get out. And now if you talk and listen to other people, there is some deep-rooted stuff there where it appears he just doesn't like Joe Schoen either.
Well, let's hear from Dexter Lawrence, because this clip was kind of alarming to me.
All right, let's go to this.
Dexter Lawrence did an interview with the Cincinnati Bengals website, so I get it. He's going to an environment where I got to show you how excited I am to be here.
Oh, wait, you know what? Before you play this.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to play Dexter Lawrence, obviously in Cincinnati. He couldn't wait to get on that plane and get there and sign his 1-year extension. All the social media clips before we even play the sound, can Dexter Lawrence not pretend that walking out on the Paycor field is walking out on the Lambeau too? I mean, what a disgrace. That was embarrassing for Dexter Lawrence yesterday, but play this clip. That was embarrassing.
All right, here's Dexter Lawrence talking about how fired up he is to be a Bengal, and I think taking a shot at really the Giants.
I'm excited. I got a fire in me that I ain't never had this fire before. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to be a Bengal.
So that pisses me off. You've never had this fire before?
Yeah.
Bro, you were a first-round pick. You didn't have that fire in your rookie season? You were given a ton of money from Joe Schoen and the New York Giants. You didn't have that fire before?
Yeah. What about last year?
What about last year?
When you wanted more money, where was the fire?
Where's the fire? You played in a playoff game in Philadelphia against the Eagles. Where's the fire? So I'm trying to be rational and remember that he is trying to convince the Bengal fans I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
But that kind of comment is a very, very douchey comment to Giant fans. You've never been this fired up. You spent almost a decade here. They gave you a ton of money, and you were never this fired up. You're this fired up to go to Cincinnati and get one extra year on your deal? Yeah. Come on, man.
For a team that has had its fair share of disappointments and injuries as well, I don't know how you call, and I really hate to do this because you're all great people, how you call yourself a salt-of-the-earth Giant fan and that doesn't piss you off. He's admitting to you, or at least to the Cincinnati Bengals fans, what you saw from me last year wasn't the fire. You're going to see the real fire.
I think every Giant fan would be pissed off by that comment. I don't know how many have heard it until we just played it, but that would piss everybody off.
And if we are operating in this newfound world where John Harbaugh for now can do nothing wrong, shouldn't you want people that want to be here and players that want to hear him out and players that want to be about it? Because Dexter Lawrence saying when he gets to Cincinnati, you're going to see me play with a fire I didn't have, and he wasn't willing to do that for John Harbaugh, that is not the kind of player the Giants need if they're going to right this ship. Dexter Lawrence proved to be a front-running kind of player in the end. When the going was good in 2022 and he had hopes in 2023, the moment his good teammates started to leave, he was a front-runner. And I have no space for front-runners. Go take your front-running mentality to Cincinnati. When they're winning games, you can do your stupid dance and have all that fun. I'm sorry, you leave here as a big fat loser right now. And not literally, but whatever.
There it goes to the fat. Took him a while.
I actually meant that in just the term big fat loser, but it fits. But he looked huge, too.
He did.
He looked like Juan Soto trying to button that jersey for the first time.
Come on, man. What do the Mets have to do with this?
I'm just saying, that's what I thought of immediately.
Now, you mentioned the Joe Shane part, because there's so many elements that have come out in the last 2 days since the trade went down, that Dexter Lawrence and his agent Joel Siegel also didn't want to talk to Joe Shane.
Yeah.
What's that about?
So this is what has always confused me. Dexter Lawrence is the one guy, I guess other than Andrew Thomas, who got paid by Joe Shane.
Right.
So I don't know what conversations they've had behind the scenes, and I'm sure there was like the story 2 years ago where Joe Shane said some bad stuff in negotiations with Nick McLeod, if you remember. I get the feeling Joe Shane's not the best people person when talking to some of these players. We don't get to see any of these conversations. Whatever his
We
deal,
did. We saw him talk to Saquon.
Oh, that's true.
And I don't
That's
think
true.
he looked very good doing it.
He didn't. So he's not good at that part of the job.
Sure.
I think this is one of those scenarios where two things could be true. When the Giants got this clean slate with John Harbaugh, they should have fired Joe Shane. Joe Shane shouldn't have been here. That was a mistake. But I don't understand how moving forward, while Joe Shane has been open in all of these press conferences and saying it's John Harbaugh, it's Don Aponte, and him, like this is not the same Joe Shane run Giants. So if you have this much anger and vitriol for Joe Shane, but you also don't have the foresight to go, yeah, but this is also not the same as what we've been dealing with.
It's very different.
I can't help you. You're just not being sensible at that point.
It's why when you call him a front runner, I find it odd. Now, I don't know how many games the Giants are going to win. I think I'm a little bit more optimistic on that win total than you are, which is a nice reverse course for you and I.
Yeah.
But the Giants are in a much better place than they've been in a very long time.
For sure.
And so if you truly are a front runner, which you're accusing Dexter Lawrence of, wouldn't this be the moment and the time where you want to be a part of the Giants? It feels like things are turning in the right direction.
Yes, unless he's just not a believer. Maybe he did. Maybe he doesn't believe in some of the talent they've accrued. I mean, he's been in the locker room. Or maybe he's done being patient. Dexter Lawrence sees himself getting older, sees his former teammates winning Super Bowls and back-to-back years. And also, let's be real, he knows he's going to have to work his ass off in training camp as one of the leaders of the team and probably have an example made from him all through August in West Virginia running wind sprints. Does Dexter Lawrence look like the type of player that wants to go through that as well? Maybe the John Harbaugh hire also scared him off a bit and his agent off a bit that he wasn't going to be able to handle it.
And the other thing that this trade does is it makes Thursday even more appealing.
Unbelievable night.
Because we went from, yes, the Jets are picking 2-16 and the Giants are at 5, to now the Giants are at 5-10. And it creates so many options and so many possibilities, which we will start to dive deeper into as the days roll closer to Thursday.
And we will be live, remember, Thursday night from the roof, the penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties. All of us, Gio, Boomer, Jerry, me, Evan, Tiki. Those guys in the afternoon, what are the names?
Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle.
They're going to be there, too. And we're going to see.
It was Chris McMonagle, his fat ass.
4 combined Giant Jet picks. Cam Schlittler getting death threats from Boston. The Knicks in a Game 3. What a wild night. Throw us up on all the WFAN socials, YouTube. Just pair us next to the games. Pop up another screen and watch our reactions.
Here's what's so crazy about what Thursday could turn into, because you laid out a lot of the sports scenarios. And I know, Rami, you're a diehard Knicks fan, and I hope you don't take offense to this because it's actually respect. there's a chance that on Thursday night, the pecking order of importance, the Knicks may actually be at the bottom. Like, just hear me out on this.
Could be.
You obviously have the NFL draft with so many big moments and decisions for the Jets and Giants. The Mets could be on a 13-game losing streak. That's on the table.
Unbelievable.
The Yankees, at least, not only are facing the Red Sox, but you mentioned it, Cam Schlittler makes his first ever start at Fenway Park. And then you got the Knicks up 2-0 on Atlanta. You know, maybe up by 20 early in that game, shutting those phonies up.
I'll give you another scenario.
Like, it's possible the Knicks are, like, important, obviously, in the grand scheme of things. But that game may just be like, yeah, we got this. We're good.
How about this as a scenario? The Giants take one of those picks and they trade back late into the first round, and we're all sitting there going, geez, they're going to be picking in the 10 o'clock hour, aren't they? And we get to, right before the Giants make their second pick, all this stuff is shaken out. The Mets lose a heartbreaker, and Mendoza gets fired during the NFL draft on the roof.
Well, that's the scenario I painted for tomorrow morning. What we were talking before the show in the newsroom, there's a chance that if Mendoza gets fired this evening, the Knicks win a kind of a ho-hum game tonight. The lead is the Mets again tomorrow.
Again! I can't deal with that. I got to say, personally, I'm done with that. I will make you this prediction. I don't think Carlos Mendoza is going to get fired. I think if he did get fired, it would happen between now and about 3:30. Like, I think it would happen earlier in the day. But you're right. Big draft show coming up Thursday night. You can check it out on all the WFAN social media channels, including YouTube. We made predictions about how we thought the Dexter Lawrence saga would end. We'll reveal those in a few minutes. But let's get back to some of your calls. 888-808-1019. Chris is in Merrick. Good morning, Chris.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
Good. So with Dexter Lawrence, I'm shocked they got the 10th pick at first. I didn't think that they would get that quality of a draft pick given the situation. But the more I thought about it, for the Bengals, it makes sense if you think of it from the perspective of they're not exactly a free agent hub, and they don't exactly pay top dollar for players. So in this Dexter Lawrence trade, they're getting him for 2 years below market at low $20 million. And then they had to extend him for just one more year at 28.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense for them. If he gets back to being Dexter Lawrence, he adds a lot to that defense. So, yes, it seems very expensive, the number 10 pick overall. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense for the Bengals given their specific situation.
Oh, 1,000%. And that's the thing about trades. We're going to talk about our perspective. Sean is a Giant fan. We as New Yorkers. I get it. Like, Cincinnati's defense has been a sieve for the last half decade. They look at their draft board at 10, and they ask themselves this simple question. Is there somebody at 10 that's going to make that kind of impact right now on the Joe Burrow Super Bowl window? And if the answer is no, why wouldn't you take a guy that's been the best at his craft?
They have a quarterback that very quietly, if they were playing in a bigger city, we'd be talking about this, is getting frustrated with the losing in Cincinnati and the injuries. They have to take advantage. The Bengals cannot afford to go win 7-8 games and be out of it again. This team has to be in Super Bowl contention. So, yeah, it makes sense. As Tiki says, rookies suck. They don't have time for a rookie to suck this year.
No, you're right. And I don't have a good football comp for the Jets and Giants, so you may have to go cross-sport, whether it's a Nick acquisition or a Met or Yankee acquisition. If a really good player coming off a down year has demanded a trade from where they're at, we're going to be really excited about acquiring them.
No doubt.
We're not going to think about the negatives that caused the trade demand. We're going to think, can that player play for us? And if I'm a Bengal fan, I would be ecstatic about the trade.
Yeah, that's why I kind of hate the word fleeced, although we're all guilty of using it. There are such things as win-wins in sports.
Right. We're still dealing that with this Mikal Bridges trade.
Yeah.
Like, my perspective as a Net fan is far different than Rami's.
Right.
It's go win a championship. Like, there is a scenario. In fact, can I paint one real quick?
Let's go.
I'll make this contract. You'll sign for this. Look at Rami wearing his Knick jacket. He's all pumped up.
All revved up. Going to the game?
Watch this. You've won the NBA championship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Mikal Bridges played a huge role in it. And then next year, it's a disaster. Everybody gets hurt. You suck. And I win the lottery courtesy of your pick. And then 2 years later, I win the lottery again courtesy of your pick. And the Nets build this formidable championship contender. Did that trade work out for you?
1,000% yes.
Okay. Ask me. Did the trade work out for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to watch you guys win a title. No, I'm kidding. It worked out. It was amazing. So there are trades that turn out to work for both.
Yeah.
And in the case of Lawrence and the Giants, yeah, I think there's absolutely a scenario where it works out for both parties. Then there are trades where it's one-sided. For example, I wish I could think of a guy who'd been on a team for a long time, maybe a left-handed bat who plays left field, who all of a sudden goes to a new place, maybe in Texas, and hits .330 for the first month of the season, and he gets traded for a washed-up relic who plays second base.
Who had the best game of any Met yesterday.
Yeah, he did. No, he had a good series. He went 5 for 10. So some trades don't work out. Let's go to Hank in Freeport. Hey, Hank.
Evan. The ads have made you a mental patient.
Yeah.
Okay? The ads have made you a mental patient.
Yeah.
If you look at the Mets roster in March and thought they were anything better than a 500 team, you've completely lost whatever little sense you had.
But Hank, I wasn't alone in that. Like, the Vegas odds said they were a 90-win team, which I didn't think. Sean, I forget what your win total prediction was on the Mets, but they were
lower than that.
Oh, that's fine, but they were widely viewed from a talent standpoint to be a lot better than a sub-500 team. If they turn out to be that, yes, we're all wrong. But I don't think it's fair to attack the Met fan and even the non-Met fan and say, you guys are idiots, you should have known. Dave is calling from Matasquan. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. What's up?
As it started, I thought that this was a Lindor problem. I thought when you gut the core, you gut the whole thing. Then I started making my way up, Mendoza, Stearns. The real problem is Steve Cohen. Can you tell me the difference between Steve Cohen and Woody Johnson?
Wow. One makes good baby powder.
I'm serious.
Well,
he is 69 years old. He goes to Twitter for reaffirmation. He's worth $20 billion. He's only there when it's good. He's the problem.
Okay,
He's
so
no
let me.
different than the Wilpons.
He is different than the Wilpons, but let me frame the because the Wilpons didn't spend. All right, there's a big difference.
The Wilpons don't sign Juan Soto.
Yeah, I want to frame it this way in terms of instead of just answering Steve Cohen versus Woody Johnson, because I think it's complicated because of the natures of the sport. Here's what I'd ask you: what has Steve Cohen done that is so wrong that you believe has caused your belief to be he's the biggest problem? What's the biggest mistake he's made?
I think just like the Jets, it's just a curse. He's just part of this curse that is the Mets.
But that's not an answer. Saying they're cursed is not an answer. Because here's what I fight with when it comes to Steve Cohen. He hired the best team president available, a guy that on the surface seems perfect. He's young, he grew up as a Met fan, and he did a great job in Milwaukee. He's not a first-time team president. He's done it before. He brings him in, gives him a blank checkbook, and says, do your thing.
Yeah.
You want to hire Mendoza? Hire Mendoza. You want to fire Buck? Fire Buck. You want to sign Juan Soto? Sign Juan Soto. And then, controversially, you want to get rid of Pete Alonso? Cool. You want to trade Brandon Nimmo, who I have over the house? Good. So he's an executive who hired somebody, gave them unlimited resource, and said, go do it. That's not the definition of the problem. The problem with Woody Johnson is he hires people who have never done it before, guys who aren't good, lets them have power, and then gets handsy and fires a coach 4 weeks into the season. So I see, and you tell me, because you don't like either team, I'm obviously deep into the soul of both teams. Do you not see a difference between Woody Johnson and Steve Cohen?
I have way more confidence that Steve Cohen can find a way to make the Mets a World Series contender before Woody Johnson figures that out. Now, maybe that's the nature of the sport. I would also say that Steve Cohen is not turning to family members and asking them to look up MLB The Show rankings.
Not yet.
On how to figure that
Not
out.
yet. That may be next week.
Could you imagine?
That may be coming.
Chris Christie coming up with this guy is a stolen base ranking of 98 on PlayStation.
I wouldn't be against it. I think MLB The Show has a lot of really good information.
They do a good job.
They really do. We'll get back to your calls next. Plus, what did we think and how did we think the Dexter Lawrence saga would actually end? We'll find out how accurate we were. 888-808-1019. And Knicks fans will break down everything that went right from a Game 1 victory coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports fan festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to 19th. See top athletes and just announced former Met and Yankee greats. You ready for this list? Mike Piazza, Jorge Posada, David Wright, Mariano Rivera, Keith Hernandez, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Pettit, and Jose Reyes. Live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours at fanaticsfest.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey, with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today. It was also sponsored by DEA Take Back Day. Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. It's April 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
It's The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
Adam Silver, Commissioner of the NBA. Do you have any insight into his plans in that regard? I assume you want him back?
You know, I want LeBron to play as long as he absolutely wants to play. I mean, it's not just a 41-year-old player in the league with the most points ever in the most so many different categories, but he's still playing at an incredibly high level.
Get The Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of this settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529, 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall!
How is that even possible?
They got my password.
Please don't tell me your password was password.
It's actually password 1.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Tune in on April 23rd on WFAN socials for the WFAN Draft Party presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories. Zero sugar, the all-new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sunzest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $187 a month and just $28.99 to a delivery, lease a brand new Trax 4D Wagon LT with front-wheel drive for 39 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park.
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Partly cloudy with a chance of rain, high of 53 degrees.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Cooking easy at 123. Discover how at chefiq.com. Around the playoffs real quickly, yesterday the Magic upset the Pistons in a Game 1, while the rest of the series went to the norm, with the Thunder, Celtics, and Spurs all handling their business with Game 1 wins. On the ice, the Avalanche beat the Kings, the Canadians beat Tampa in overtime 4-3, and the Buffalo Sabres at home for their first playoff game in 15 years scored 4 third-period goals to come back and stun the Bruins in a 4-3 final. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The news around Dexter Lawrence demanding a trade came out 2 weeks ago. April 6th is when that story came out. And so naturally, we all reacted to it. And as we were talking about it for the very first time, it actually broke during our show. I remember Andrew Kaplan, who does a great job with digital, ran in and said, Shaun, break the glass.
That's right.
And it was the Dexter Lawrence trade demand. And it was exactly 2 weeks ago today.
Wow.
That it went down. And after we had our discussion about it, I went around the room like I always do and said, all right, how's this going to play out? There's a few ways this can play out. He can get a new contract. The Giants could just dig in and say, we're not trading you. We're not giving you a new contract. Or he can be traded. So this was our initial response to the Dexter Lawrence news. Let's see what Tiki Barber, Shaun Morash, and Evan Roberts had to say. Let's go to our prediction desk with Rami. Is it separated by each individual?
Yes.
All right, so where should we start? You want to start with, it's your call. Who you want to start with? April 6th. Oh, me? 1:03 p.m. How does the Dexter Lawrence saga end, Tiki Barber?
Tiki gets a restructured contract.
So it ends up a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
A happy ending, according to Tiki, a restructured contract.
You're wrong.
I mean, it did end up a happy ending.
Well, not the happy ending that Tiki described.
Yes.
Very different kind of happy ending. As we know, there's a variety. All right, who's next?
Let's do Shaun.
I think he is traded. I'm going to give you a surprise the more I've scanned this. I think the Giants upgrade in the draft. I think Robert Saleh and Brian Dable trade for Dexter Lawrence. And the Giants actually get the 4th overall pick plus a 4th rounder.
Wow. I mean, I got to tell you, bro.
I got inside the top 10.
You gave yourself way too much, but you got the 10th overall pick instead of the 4th overall pick, and you didn't get a throw-in 4th round pick.
I didn't. I was being greedy. Yeah, we'll continue. But one more on that note. What I didn't know at the time was what we found out on Saturday night, which is this is the first time since Randy Moss was traded that a top 10 pick went for a non-quarterback.
Top 10 pick. Well, yeah, because a lot of times, in fairness to that stat, a lot of times guys are traded when you don't know what the pick's going to be.
Right.
Like the Sauce Gardner trade. Like the year before on the Justin Fields trade. Yeah, the Justin Fields trade that led to the Bears getting, like, you don't know.
Makes sense.
So it is a little misleading. But to the point, like, yes, a knowing top 10 pick was traded for a non-quarterback. So far, I got to hand it to you, Shaun. You've nailed it. Let's see what I said. So I think this trade's going down in the next week and a half, and you will walk away with a 1st and 3rd round pick. All right. I mean, we're both in the same stratosphere.
Yes.
I didn't specify where in the 1st round because not all 1st-round picks are created equal. I honestly, I remember I went deeper. I thought it was going to be a late 1st-round pick. I thought you were going late 1st and a 3rd as a toss-in. Obviously, you would prefer this, correct?
Yes, and I know we're going to talk about it some more, but the other reason I like this is getting the 10th overall pick can lead to other things. It doesn't mean the Giants sitting there at 10 and making the pick. They, if somebody wants to trade up, are more able to trade the 5th or 10th pick and keep the other and kind of maneuver around the board and gain even more draft capital as a result of this trade.
The trade isn't over yet, to his point. It's actually something, I'm going to do it again. I apologize. This is the second time I'm going to make a reference to this. It's kind of like the trade the Nets made with, not the Knicks, but with Phoenix for Kevin Durant. That trade turned into other trades.
Yes.
Because Bridges goes to the Knicks, and then Cam Johnson goes for Michael Porter and a pick. So, like, the initial trade is what it is.
Right.
But if you take the branches of it and you keep moving it, it becomes a more grandiose trade. And so if the Giants trade back from 10, which I think is on the table, and I think it's on the table with the Jets.
It's on the table at 5, too.
No doubt. I think it's on the table with both. Forget 5 because that's your own pick. But if you trade back from 10, it does create more branches to this trade, where it isn't simply Dexter Lawrence for the 10th overall pick.
And right now, you could say that Odell Beckham Jr. was traded for the 10th overall pick.
That is true. If you want to go back further,
Lawrence.
You're right. The pick, one of the 1st-round picks, or one of the picks they got in the Odell trade was Dexter Lawrence. The other piece of news around the Giants before we get back to your calls, Ian Rappaport tweeted, the Giants, who had gotten trade calls centered around Kayvon Thibodeau.
No.
Thibodeau for the last few months are now considered less likely to trade him following the deal that sent Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals. No one is ruling anything out, but unlikely.
Yeah, I think it became clear the Giants wanted a day 2 pick at worst for Kayvon, and all they're getting offers on is like 4th rounders plus. And I think now as it stands, even after the Dexter Lawrence trade, you don't need the cap relief in the immediacy of this year of taking Kayvon off the books. You got worse at this point. Why would you trade him right now if you do want to be a competitive football team? I mean, man, if Brian Burns or Abdul Carter got hurt in training camp and you already were without Dexter Lawrence, you're going to need Kayvon Thibodeau. Yeah. So again, unless you're getting blown away, I don't understand what the benefit would be to trade him right now.
888-808-1019. Chris is in Elizabeth. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys.
What's up?
So, long-time listener, Evan, I just want to say I'm a huge Mets fan. I agree basically with everything that you say. We're very much in line. This Carlos Mendoza thing, I mean, baseball is a subjective sport. Carlos Mendoza is objectively bad, and he needs to go. I think it's a strategy thing. There's these little things, right, little bullpen moves and issues that he has along the way. But it's also an in-house thing. Whether we want to think it's Lindor or politics or whatever it is, there's somebody that runs this house. There's a house mother, and it's Carlos Mendoza, and I don't think he's doing a great job. He never has a great answer for us. And, I mean, if you want to go back even to the Soto signing, his son's the one that leaked it to the public. I mean,
I don't know if that was actually true, but I guess that sort of did happen. I think your point about him being the house mother and he's responsible for everything in the house, even if it's not all his fault, I think you're right. I mean, it's unfair. This isn't about if it's fair or not or who's most to blame. It's about managers take falls sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're not always fair. In fact, I'd argue they're mostly not fair. Most of the time, it's on the players. It's on this. It's on that. But right now, he's the manager of a team that not only collapsed last season, but in April is having one of the worst Aprils this franchise has had since the beginning. That's on your resume.
Did we have on the Rico the amount of teams that have made the playoffs after having 11-game losing streaks?
Well, I addressed how stupid that is to even reference, and I don't mean that to attack you.
I didn't know your take on it, so I was curious.
My take is, and I went on a rant about this on Saturday night, and even Tommy agreed. So I don't know if Tommy and I are thinking alike or he took it from the Rico. Either one is fine. Which is, I don't think he listens to I think he thought about it himself. Me and Tommy sometimes do think alike, as, weird as that makes me feel sometimes. And that is, you can't compare baseball to the current game. Many teams make the playoffs. If this was the old days and your only way to get in was the NL East, then yes, an 11-game losing streak would be your death sentence.
Okay.
And so in this new age, I don't think it's fair or relevant to cite no teams made the playoffs after this kind of losing streak. It doesn't matter. And honestly, the Cleveland Guardians had a 10-game losing streak. It may have been 11. You could fact check it. Last year.
That's what I was going to ask.
And they made the playoffs.
What's the longest losing streak a team had in this new format to make the playoffs?
And that's the key. New format.
Right.
This is a new format that just recently started in 2022. So it's not about the math. I want to make that very clear. It is not a math problem that's burying the New York Mets. It's their play. And it's the idea of can they turn it around and will they turn it around? I don't think they've buried themselves. In fact, you know who's only a half game ahead of them?
The Braves?
The Phillies.
Oh, the Phillies.
The Braves. What planet are you
I
on?
haven't. I got to be honest.
They're like 100 games ahead
That's
of us.
right. I'm trying to think of who would be disappointing in the NL East.
No, the Philadelphia Phillies are 8-13. In fact,
what's the? I haven't paid attention to the Braves.
Yeah.
What's the Braves record?
15-7.
Totally missed that.
Yeah.
I haven't. Sorry. A lot of NFL draft podcasts. Haven't exactly watched every Brave game.
So they also just swept the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Phillies are 8-13, and they're on a 5-game losing streak, which doesn't feel as bad as an 11-game losing streak. So they're only a game and a half ahead of the Mets. And you know what? That gives me an idea.
All right.
Hey, Rami, can you do me a favor and cleanse all of us? Can you play Philadelphia Philly fan going nuts about his team that maybe will cleanse us as Met fans? Wouldn't it make us feel better to hear another fan base that we hate also ranting against their team?
Sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our guy, we love him, the Broadster.
I'd fire Kevin Long. I'd fire Rob Thompson. I'd fire everybody.
Yeah.
Well, at least things are going.
The Phillies are the Mets.
What?
The Phillies are the Mets. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. The Phillies are the Mets.
So, we're the same. We want to fire everybody. He wants to fire everybody. And then he's singing that the Phillies are the Mets. Does that make you feel better?
It makes me laugh. Maybe that's the game for the Mets. Just wait for Rob Thompson to get fired, then you hire him. So that's what you're waiting for.
Oh, we go another former Yankee?
Yeah.
We go that route?
Why not? You go win with the Phillies guy.
I was going to take a Phillies guy. I suggested Joe Girardi last week.
Take the guy that took over for Girardi when he was fired.
So I don't know if that makes people feel better, but that's the Phillies right now. That's Brody basically saying that the Phillies are the Mets, and he wants everybody fired, and they're only a game and a half ahead of us.
I think the Phillies are a different New York team, and Shaun would like this. I think they're this year's New York Rangers.
We don't talk about the Rangers. Well, what does that mean? They're going to dump Bryce Harper now?
He has pissed me off.
I really think like there was the Bryce Harper before the season talking about he doesn't know how he fits. Like they ruined the mojo last year for no apparent reason just by the GM making comments about guys on the team.
But you know what's
actually not terrible. I got to give him credit.
What's crazy about the Phillies, and if they turn into the New York Rangers, that's the greatest thing in the world. They'll write a letter, they'll sell everybody off, and they'll suck. But it's funny to compare them to the Mets in this regard. During the offseason, Philly fans looked at what the Mets were doing and said, we should do that. We should break up the core. Why are we running it back? And they obviously decided not to. Now, it is still early for both sides, but the Phillies tried a very run-it-back approach, and they're 8-13. And as you can hear from Broads and from Philly fans, they want everybody gone. The Mets tried the approach of let's just blow the whole thing up. We'll do the opposite of what the Phillies are doing, and that also hasn't worked. So they both took a very different approach to the offseason, and here we are, 22 games in, 21 games for the Phillies, and both approaches have been out-and-out disasters.
Yeah, and the team that had the April they're having is in first place last year.
So I'll ask you a question, and I'm going to text Sal this too. I'll see what Sal has to say. No, I was with Sal earlier today because we were both on the Terry Collins podcast together.
Jesus, Terry talked to anybody besides you two?
What?
He's like, you guys are always on there.
And, of course, Sal and I were fighting about the Mets, but in honor of the great Sal Licata, who I do admire. Hey, Shaun, is the NL East over?
For the Mets, it is.
What about for the Braves?
I can't. Listen, those Marlins could still be pesky. I do think the Mets are not winning. I think it's over for the Mets. They will not recover and win the division.
Are the Atlanta Braves going to win the NL East? They are 5 up on the Marlins and Nationals, 6.5 up on the Phillies, and they're 8 up on the Mets. Are you ready on April 20th?
I'm not ready to say it's over.
Done the NL East.
I'm not ready to done the NL East as a whole. I would still say the field has a chance, but I do think even with the Phillies bad play, I think the Mets are done.
Interesting.
I do.
All right, Rami's got some stats about losing streaks that'll make Shaun happy.
Let's go.
The longest losing streaks for a team that made the playoffs since 2020, so that's when they changed the format.
Good sample size. 2021, not really, but still, it's fine. We'll take it.
Since 2020, and none of these are 20. One of them is 2020, but
that's
the
fine.
Longest are not 2021. The longest are the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2023. They ultimately went to the World Series.
How many did they lose?
They lost 9 in a row.
Okay.
All right.
And then tied with them is the 2022 Philadelphia Phillies, who lost 9 in a row in 2022.
And that was the year they fired Girardi?
Yeah, it was the year they went to the World Series.
Okay, so
both World Series teams, but again, neither of them 11 games. The longest has been 9. Others were 8 games.
Cleveland last year, I think, lost 11 games in a row and made the playoffs. So I think they're the exception to that one, too.
And by the way, 9 games, it's 2 more. Got to end it tomorrow.
Here's the point. The losing streak, while embarrassing and bad, is not the reason the Mets are dead.
Right.
Like, it's not. And so those stats are meaningless. And that's why I'm glad you pulled them for that reason, just to kind of show you how meaningless they are.
Well, it makes me feel better if
Well, that's not why I feel bad. I feel bad because the team sucks. I mean, jeez. I feel bad because I don't trust Brett Beatty. I feel bad because Kodai Senga's a disaster.
What do they
I feel bad because Marcus Semien may be washed. You want me to continue? I feel bad because Bo Bichette's terrible. I feel bad because I'm worried that they're rushing Juan Soto back on a bad calf and the injury is going to get worse.
Cleveland was 10, by the way.
It was 10? Thank you.
So the Mets have topped all of them.
But the point is at the 10, 9, 11. I mean, come on.
What's enough on this homestand, considering the opponents, to make you feel like, all right, we're back and okay?
Well, they got 6 out of 9.
6 out of 9.
At the bare minimum.
Bare minimum, 6-3.
6-3. Anything less would be a massive disappointment. Let's go to Edwin in Staten Island. Hey, Edwin.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good.
So, you guys are just talking baseball, but I was pretty much wanting to go back towards the Dexter Lawrence trade.
Yeah.
So for me, the number 10 pick, you can't really draft anyone that will replace Dexter Lawrence. But the question is, what can we do with the number 10 pick that can help plug up the holes? We can trade back to 16 with the Jets. If for some odd reason Dallas trades up to get Sonny Styles from us, they might want to go Arizona, take the number 10 to try to get quarterback. If for some odd reason someone smokes enough to do that, we can trade to Minnesota. We can trade to Houston. Houston got 2 second-round picks. A couple of teams also have multiple first-round picks for next year. We can pick for them at that point in regards to just plugging up holes.
Yeah, and Edwin, this is where I think I'm on both sides of the fence here. I think it's probably in the Giants' best interest to find a trade partner, if they can, to add at least another day 2 pick because of all the holes I mentioned. But at the same time, when you trade a Dexter Lawrence, how much of this offseason becomes about plugging the holes as opposed to, man, you are sitting at 5 and 10. Like if Caleb Downs fell to 10, as some people might think he could fall to, and they still took Sonny Styles, and they came away with 2 of what people think are the 5 best players in the draft, aren't you better off just getting elite players than worrying about the pick game and plugging holes on day two, too? So
No
this
doubt.
is where I'm wrestling with myself back and forth.
No, I think you're right. I think if you have a chance to get those players, then you got to go do it.
I'll
Because-
even give you another little taste. While I still think it's a remote thrower, I'm more okay today with Jeremiah Love than I would have been previously.
I had a feeling about that. Because
Not that I'm pounding the table for it.
No. But I remember the things you say. We don't
Okay.
just pull the stuff that you're wrong about. I remember when I was poking you about Jeremiah Love, you said, well, if we're the Lions and we have multiple first-round picks, then I would be open to it.
Yeah.
So now you've got multiple first-round picks. So why
again,
wouldn't you be open to it?
I'm not clamoring for it, but I could understand the rationale of saying you just want to get great players. Now you have 2 first-round picks. 2026 win total be damned.
Let's go to Mike in Williamsburg. What's up, Mike?
Guys, what's going on this morning? Horrible morning. As a Mets fan, at least.
Yep.
But Evan, listen, I was going to talk about something else, but I heard you talking about the Phillies. But just go in this weird kind of universe, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if Bichette goes to the Phillies. They actually get him. Both sides actually would be probably better off than what they are right now. But that's it's a discussion for another day. I mean, it's craziness. But the Mets right now, you brought up 99 earlier, okay? When I think of 99, I think of a superstar that got hurt, okay? Piazza got hurt. The team didn't falter. They overcame the injury. Pratt with the home run. They win the series, blah, blah, blah. We know the rest of the deal. When I look at this team, the superstar's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This team is lifeless.
Yeah.
The difference between the two, okay, is that you have a manager that actually built a culture of winning. Mojo rising. They believed in each other. They believe that they can overcome adversity. Mendoza has been leading this team to nowhere, coddling them. Corporate culture. He says corporate, very corporate. Those are his words.
Yeah, that was his critique of last year's run.
leader.
Yeah. No, I get you. I just wonder if they do fire Carlos Mendoza and the clock is ticking. It's 11:51 during the off day. I'm sure there are meetings going on right now where they're trying to figure out. David Stearns is hopefully in the meeting saying to Mendy, how the hell did you face Nico Hoerner with a base open? And you better give me a better answer than you gave the media on Sunday. If they make the move, I don't think the guy coming in is necessarily going to not coddle the players. You know what I mean? Like the guy that the station universally agrees with. I've heard Gio say it, Craig say it, I've said it. I think we've all said it, that the guy who makes the most sense is Carlos Beltran. And there's a myriad of reasons for why. Number one, he was going to be the manager 6 years ago. So it's not that out of turn to mention him as a candidate. He works for the franchise. And it feels like he's got good relationships with some of the players.
Yes.
While I think he would be a great candidate and he initiates that respect in that room, he's not going to come in with the whip. He's not going to come in and call guys out.
Right,
and
flip a
rip
table
players.
the moment he
No.
walked in, yeah.
He's the opposite of that. But I understand the culture you're talking about, and ultimately it's on the manager.
Yes, and that's it. Because, again, that's the only thing they could change right now.
Diego in East Meadow. Diego.
Hey, boys. How's it going?
Good.
Evan, I feel for you, dude. I don't know if you caught it in the WrestleMania broadcast. I think it was Wade Barrett on top of the Mets, them taking shots at the Jets QB.
Oh,
and
I
where
heard
do
it.
you have
I heard
Dominic Mysterio on your big board?
Yeah. Well, let me explain. And I actually was attempting to cut this audio and play it, but the ESPN app is very strict about like screen grabbing stuff. So I'll summarize it real quick. It isn't really worth much more than that. Dominic Mysterio was fighting Finn Balor, and he was throwing his shirt into the crowd. And I guess he threw it right at the face of Michael Cole. And so Wade Barrett made a comment, he can't play quarterback in the NFL. But then again, he's good enough to quarterback the Jets. Am I right, Michael Cole? Who's a big Jet fan? So yes, as I'm trying to get distracted away from sports and the horror show that are the sports teams I root for, I got a British guy in Wade Barrett taking a random shot at the New York Jets. Well, that's our lives. I mean, what do you expect? If you root for LOL teams, and I happen to root for a few of them, the Jets and the Mets right now are the definitions of LOL teams. You're going to take it. And the only thing that will change it is what changed it about the Knicks, and that's go out and win. Because here's the funny thing about the Knicks, and don't get offended by this. This is true. When the Knicks were the LOL Knicks, the lead story at this radio station and all around New York City would be that James Dolan runs a gulag at Madison Square Garden. The facial recognition, the harassing of kids, all the accusations.
Charles Oakley,
all that would be a big story. The reason it's not, and I get it, is that Knick fans say, hey, we're good, we don't care.
Right.
And so when you're good, you not only don't get left out, these embarrassing stories just go away.
Right.
Because if the same story came out about the Mets right now, don't you think it'd be talked about?
Woody Johnson was Woody Johnson in 2009 and 2010.
That's right. So that's the beauty of being good. Let the Knicks be your guide. Just win, and nothing else will matter. By the way, you got a problem with Stephen A. Smith?
The New York Knicks are trash!
Stephen A., who I love, is getting a lot of heat because he claims to be a Knicks fan. And on Saturday night, instead of watching Knicks Hawks, he was at Wrestlemania. Your thoughts?
Unacceptable. It is the playoffs. It is game one. First of all, forget even the idea of you're a Knicks fan. You're also, your main thing is getting paid to talk about the NBA. You take time out of your day to go sit and get a nice tip of the cap at WrestleMania, and you're missing your team's playoff game? I am still not recovered from taking my wife to Billy Joel during a Yankee Astro playoff game. Why should Stephen A. recover from WrestleMania? You got to be watching the Knicks.
Well, what he needed to do, and maybe he doesn't care. If Stephen A. doesn't care, that's fine.
Then you're not a fan if you don't care.
He needed to hold up a tablet or phone with the Knick game on and scream, "Let's go Knicks," as the crowd was booing him. Just a reminder, like, hey, I'm doing both. I'm at WrestleMania, but I'm very focused on the fact the Knicks are playing the Hawks.
You know what bothers me, and I have no proof of this? I would almost respect him if he pulled an Evan Roberts. If he came out and said,
DVR'd?
I DVR'd the game. Nobody spoiled for me. I didn't think it was going to get spoiled at WrestleMania. Does anybody in their right mind think Stephen A. Smith left WrestleMania in Vegas, went wherever he was going, whether it's a private plane or not, and said, now let me dive into the Knicks game? No shot.
Speaking of the Knicks, let's dive into the Knicks game. What they did so right and why CJ McCollum is trying his hardest to become a heel in this series. We'll explain, plus many more of your calls. Giant fans on Sexy Dexy. Met fans want the manager fired. And Yankee fans are like, what about us? All we do is win.
And I got a Keys to Game 2 Cinco coming up.
Ooh. 888-808-1019. HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. With locations across the tri-state area, HSS provides specialized care for the hips, knees, back, and neck, and beyond, including everyday joint pain, fractures, spine care, and more. Most major insurance plans accepted. Choose better, move better. Appointments available at hss.edu.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today. And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The New York Giants trading star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals for the 10th overall pick in Thursday night's draft. A win-win for both teams. For the Giants, now another top 10 pick, 3 picks in the top 37 to add to a talent-deficient roster. And for Cincinnati, an impact defensive player in a season where they absolutely have to win to convince Joe Burrow to stay long-term. I'm Nick Costos.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Turns out, talk isn't cheap. Just talking about affordability doesn't make things affordable. Straight Talk's had the same price since 2009. Plus, their Gold plan includes a Walmart Plus membership and $20 in Walmart cash when you activate. That's more than just talk.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straightforward, always. Valid through May 17, 2026. $20 in Walmart cash for Straight Talk Gold or Platinum plan customers newly enrolling in Walmart Plus. Limit 1 per enrollment and account. Same price claim applies only to base monthly price of the $45 Straight Talk plan, beginning October 2009.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino & Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE, back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
World in need of a hero. One man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd for the Yankees' annual Star Wars Day. Enjoy special appearances by some of your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Max-free Mandalorian bobblehead. Get your tickets now for Saturday, May 2nd, Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium. For tickets, visit yankees.com/tickets. And may the Force be with you.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SCHAF.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks. But clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go, New York, go, New York, go.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Amazingly enough, in a loaded sports weekend that featured the Yankees winning 3 straight against Kansas City, the Mets extending their record losing streak to 11, and the Giants trading for Dexter Lawrence, the Knicks hosting Atlanta on Saturday night, oddly, almost became a forgotten moment unless you're a diehard. I will give you a few observations on the Knicks' victory. Number one, it was never in doubt. There was never a point in this game in which you were fearful that this would end badly. And a part of that was the Knicks for 48 minutes played well. And a lot of times throughout the regular season, even in wins, there would be halves where they wouldn't play well.
Right.
There'd be quarters where they didn't play well, usually the first sometimes. They would come out flat. That was never really the case. Like, I thought from top to bottom, rotation-wise, 1 through 8, or 1 through 9, I guess, technically, I thought everybody played well.
Yeah, and I love that in the first quarter. Cat was basically irrelevant offensively in the first quarter, but he didn't allow that to derail him mentally, right? Like, he got in the rhythm of the game, second quarter, third quarter. His points end up coming in, at the end, the total's right there with Brunson. But I really like that part of it. And also something CP had mentioned was on Friday. How about getting Bridges involved early? He ends up hitting those threes. He hits the first shot of the game. I thought all that placated, and the Knicks really just played the perfect complementary basketball.
And Towns played very well defensively.
Yeah.
And part of that, and I think we talked about this on Friday with CP, is they had Cat on Dyson Daniels, which allowed Towns the freedom to roam, and he became kind of an X factor defensively, which you never really see.
Mike Brown had the right game plan for this.
No, and the other game plan that he had, I was so happy about this. So go back to last year, because a lot of these things you only really talk about during the playoffs, not as much the postseason, one of which being Hack-a-Mitch, because you're not seeing that as much in the regular season, nor are you going crazy about every second and every possession. So last year when Mitchell Robinson was hacked, to me there was a very simple solution, and that was have Mitch start quarters.
Right.
So that, A, make the opponent, if they want to give fouls early, give them early. You're not going to the line immediately. You're going to get your team in the bonus, and then eventually when you take Mitch out, because you got in the bonus early, now you're going to feast at the free throw line.
Yes.
Put him at the beginning of quarters. And we didn't see Tibbs make that adjustment last year. Mike Brown made that adjustment. And that's the game plan they have to play with Mitchell Robinson. Okay, you want to foul him? Cool. We're going to have him start quarters, so you have to give us some freebies, and eventually we're going to take advantage of that by getting to the free throw line, because teams are going to do it. Atlanta did it a little bit in game one. We're going to see more of it. We're going to see Joe Mazzulla do it in the second round of the playoffs, because God knows that series is inevitable, and that's the way you respond to it.
Oh, you mean the Sixers didn't make you think they have a chance yesterday?
No.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, I still don't even think Orlando has a chance. Like, I give them credit for stealing game one. I guess they are my Charlotte prediction, because remember I said Charlotte would scare Detroit? Meanwhile, they got blown out of the gym on Friday.
They never even got off the bus on Friday.
I know. But good job by Paolo Banchero, who I'm envisioning as a net next year. That may go out the window. But like I predicted with the Knicks, and I was wrong, I said they'd lose game one and win the next 4, Knicks in 5. Sometimes you need a scare early in a best-of-7 series. So I think in the long run that may benefit Detroit. But I think what the Knicks have a chance to do tonight in game 2 is put the foot on them.
That's it. They win tonight, I think they're going to sweep. And I think they are going to win tonight. My entire perspective on the series has changed. Not that I thought they would win in 5. We made the predictions in the series. It's just so obvious how shorthanded the Hawks are. While that regular season game a couple weeks ago was a lot of fun, the Hawks cannot battle with just basically their starting 5 playing 39, 40 minutes. I think they're beating this Knicks team.
They're not a deep team, and sometimes it takes a few postseasons for a young player to be postseason ready. And I don't know if Jalen Johnson's that guy. But still, we got a long way to go, but it was a very good, efficient Game 1 victory for the New York Knicks. And I got to give credit to CJ McCollum. I do. Because this series doesn't have juice in terms of hating the Atlanta Hawks, because Trae Young isn't walking through that door despite some Knicks fans still chanting the F word towards him, even though he's a member of the Washington Wizards. So there was a moment in this game where CJ McCollum took a shot and he lifted his right leg and he came into contact with Jalen's Brunson's.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. And so they reviewed it, and they took a look at it. After the game, listen to what C.J. McCollum had to say about the kick of the Brunsons that he did on Jalen, and tell me that this guy isn't trying to start a fight with New York fans.
I shot a jumper, and Jalen thought we were at a Broadway show. And, he acted it out until they reviewed it, and it's a normal jump shot, nothing there. unnecessary, and I look forward to getting my $2,500 back.
So he accuses Jalen Brunson of acting at a Broadway show.
You know, Brunson flops a lot.
And look, he does flop a lot. Dude, CJ, bro, let's have a nice chat, guy to guy. You kicked him in the you-know-what. And he wasn't acting. Yes, he flops a lot. I will totally agree with you about that. But in this situation, you clearly kicked your leg out Durant style, because I think KD does that a lot. Mm-hmm. It went up. It protruded up.
Way up.
And it made direct contact with Jalen Brunson's. How could you accuse him of acting?
You know, Brunson flops a lot.
I would be the first one to line up and tell you Jalen Brunson was acting. That was not acting. I would argue, of all the 8 games that took place on Saturday and Sunday, CJ McCollum raising his leg that high enough midair to go full blow with Jalen Brunson's was the most athletic thing I saw in the NBA this weekend.
Yeah.
The point being, that's how bad that had to hurt. Look, we've all been there. If you've been a man, at some point, whether you were younger or older, you took a shot to that area. Have you ever taken a shot to that area while playing that many minutes in an NBA game and you're also like off kilter and up in the air? Can you imagine how vulnerable you are? And let's be honest, I'm not assuming Jalen Brunson's as tiny as some of us. That's got to hurt.
Whoa.
Well, it's easier for the point of contact.
What just happened here?
If it hurt that bad, Jalen's packing.
Oh, I gotcha. I misinterpreted you. I thought you were calling the King of New York something else.
No.
I thought you were saying he's a lot like you.
No, I'm saying the opposite. Like the point of contact probably started a little earlier than it would have on some of us.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. Yeah. I thought you were making a wild accusation at him.
In fact, I'm complimenting.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Just want to make sure. That was ridiculous. I got to tell you, not the play, because I think the play happens. And if the question is, do you think it was on purpose or not? No, I don't think it was on purpose. I think he does that sometimes, and players do that sometimes where you shoot and your leg extends. So I'm not accusing him of malicious actions. But when you say, I thought we were on Broadway, dude, you kicked him in the groin.
I'm not sure it was.
So you think it was on purpose?
Dude.
I don't know about that.
Hold on.
I can't go that far.
Hold on now. Let's just do the math here. CJ McCollum was a part of a Blazer team that at least got to a Western Conference final. He knows what it's about to try to get through playing teams you have no business beating, okay? The Hawks step into this, now maybe not as big an underdog as we thought they would be. They got to do some outrageous stuff to have a chance in this series. I don't know, man. Pissing off the team captain and throwing them off a little bit and taking a shot by kicking and having your team get all fired up in a little fight. I wouldn't put that out of line for CJ McCollum trying to mix things up.
Rami, you think as a Knicks fan that CJ McCollum had evil intentions?
I don't think he had evil intentions, but what the technical foul ultimately was a non-basketball play.
Right.
And it was a non-basketball play. So regardless of whether he intended it or not, doesn't matter.
I agree with you. I don't think it matters. And that's why I will defend him if that's what he was taking personal about it, that people thought it was on. It wasn't on purpose, but it deserved the upgrade, and he kicked him in. What's the discussion?
Yeah. Clear. There was no fight in that. Clear.
And I'm sorry. Again, Jalen Brunson does flop.
You know, Brunson flops a lot.
We got it, Clyde. Clyde's making that. But that's not an example of it.
No, that's not an elbow to the chest where you're throwing your hands up and backing up. He's midair and got kicked in the junk.
What I'd be curious about, because I thought the electricity on Saturday was great. It's a Knicks playoff game at Madison Square Garden. No one's questioning that. But the Atlanta Hawks are really a nameless, faceless opponent. Let's just be honest. You don't have any history with these guys. They're just a team you're playing in the playoffs. When you play Boston, it's personal.
Right.
When you play Detroit, if you play Detroit, that's personal. Even Cleveland, there's a little bit more personalness too than the Atlanta Hawks. There's nothing personal with Atlanta. Again, the Trae Young stuff is weird. He's not on the team anymore. I wonder, are you going tonight, Rami, or no?
I am.
Okay. Do you think CJ McCollum hears it a little bit more from the fans today or not?
I think every time he touches the ball, he gets booed.
Oh, really? Okay.
And if he doesn't, I'll start him.
Look at you. Yeah.
You want a villain. This is what the playoffs are about.
I'm with you. I was just more, I asked the question because I'm kind of skeptical if it's going to garner enough attention to become, hey, he's the villain of this series. Because I agree with you. I think villains are great in sports. So keep an eye on that. I'm curious if CJ is going to hear it. Obviously, you're going to do your part being in the building. And we'll see if he does become the villain of this series.
Are we getting creative with F words, or are we just booing?
No. I think the best way to do it is every time he touches the ball, like they do in hockey, every time someone touches the puck, just boo.
Yeah,
every
I like
time
it.
he touches the ball.
I like it. I like it.
I
Now,
think that's fine.
Knicks win. Are you going to embarrass yourself like some of those
No.
20-year-old Knicks fans that go outside to the plaza after the game?
No, those are 14-year-olds who just want to get on camera.
You talk about something more played out than the Macarena became in the 90s. Knicks fans outside the Garden after like a Game 1 win.
Yes, but the entire Knicks fan base collectively has turned on those fans now, which I appreciate.
I think you're spot on about that. I don't think it's worthy of us even talking about. Like, I mocked this a couple of years ago, and we had our arguments. I think now this is just a cliche thing that kids do. The New York Knicks fan, whether it's Rami, whether it's Tommy, whether it's Craig or Gio on this radio station, and the Knicks fan at home, they all know that this first round, this is business.
Yeah.
That's all it is. This is a business assignment. You could even argue the second round is business. This is about getting to the NBA Finals, and I think any over-the-top celebrations from the first round, that's either kids who just want to be seen or people that are casuals. The diehard fan knows this is business right now. And if you want to tell me it was all real in 2021, I respect it. We were excited to be out after the pandemic. It was very exciting. Even 2023, winning a round, like it's a big deal. I totally get it. But now it's fugazi because the real Knicks fan knows this is about business.
See, I disagree. I think they're real Knicks fans. I just think they're real immature young Knicks fans that now have grown up in a generation the last couple of years where that's what's expected of them to go do. We got to squash it. It's played out.
And the one thing any Knicks fan can't do, just please don't chant "We want Boston," because that always comes back to hurt you.
You're getting them anyway. You might as well say you want them.
Yeah, but the "We want" chant, I would advise it to the Celtic fan too.
The Celtics were chanting it last night at the game. The Celtics fans were chanting "We want Boston" as they're blowing out the Sixers.
Wait, repeat that to me? I missed that. The Celtic fan was chanting, so a mocking "We want Boston"?
Yes, because the Sixer fans were chanting "We want Boston" during the end of the play-in game.
Gotcha.
So last night, as the Celtics are blowing, or yesterday afternoon, as the Celtics are blowing out the Sixers, the Celtic fans in Boston started chanting "We want Boston."
That's kind of funny. I like that.
That is funny.
I like that. You know, believe it or not, we did it too. As Net fans, we chanted "We want Boston" after we won our playing game.
That's
Do you
right.
remember what happened in that series? Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, a terrible Easter Sunday that led to a sweep.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, the Celtic fan doing that is more like we're being funny. But what I would advise the Celtic fan is, as you're about to sweep Philadelphia, I don't think you should be chanting "We want the Knicks." You know what I mean? Like, I think the "We want" chants are a dangerous game. Though tomorrow night at Citi Field, we should chant "We want to win. We want to win."
How about "We want more than 2 runs"?
Or that one. It doesn't rhyme as well, but
we
sure.
want a Lindor RBI.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can chant.
We want a season.
You're right. Let's head to some of your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Ross in Bergen County. Ross.
Hey, Evan, Sean, how you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, Ross?
This entire saga, and Evan, I think you brought up a great point. You alluded to it before with Philly, and you look at how there's kind of, both ends of the spectrum with everything. And the fact that you got a fan base that's probably, this, I don't even think this is revisionist history either. It might be, because I think odds on the Mets had better odds, but this is a Philly team that has been a perennial contender for the last 4 years, hasn't had the lapses like we had in 23 and even last year. They've been in the playoffs throughout all of it. Now, that's just been a state of if they've choked in the DS or whatnot, and that fan base is still fed up. Now you got this team, and I'm seeing all these people posting these clips about Nimmo and Alonzo, all the politics aside, 'cause I don't even care about the politics. But how in your right mind, and I know it's doom and gloom now, 11 straight, but how people are now justifying blowing up a core that lost, 7-8 in a row last year, had the 0-70 with the late deficits, inevitably missing the playoffs. Like, I don't care if they finish this year 7-155, bro. I don't think they'll ever not be justified in blowing up that core. The problem is, though, if you're David Stearns and you're going to act like the smartest guy in the room, you better get it right. And through 20 games in, when you've lost, 12 and 11 of them in a row, that's a problem.
Well, that by the way, that's a great point. Like, blowing up the core and allowing Pete to leave and trading Brandon Nimmo could have come with other moves. I'll give you a very brief example. It was just a trade idea I came up with during the offseason, very under the radar. But tell me how different things could have been. Kodai Senga to the Astros for Christian Walker, coming off a bad year in Houston. Christian Walker's off to a good start, and he's a real first baseman. Like, us move like that, giving yourself a real first baseman, I don't know. Maybe it helps Brett Beatty to the point earlier of Beatty just playing a position he's familiar with, or just one position. Maybe that actually benefits him. So
maybe it helps Bo Bichette, less pressure on him. Somebody else is performing.
Or maybe they don't sign Bo Bichette.
Not fair, too.
Or there's another move that could have been made. So it's twofold. It's the decision to move on from, reliable guys and guys you love, but it's also what you did to respond and what you did to respond through 22 games.
Look at this guy.
What am I looking at?
I'm sorry. On the TV we have now is what I was talking about earlier. Dexter Lawrence walked onto the field in Cincinnati. Like, wow, look at this place. It's the dumpiest stadium in the NFL, and he played at MetLife. He walked out there like it was Arrowhead. It's Cincinnati. They don't even have an outdoor bubble. What? I don't know why that's aggravating me more and more. You didn't go to the, George Hallis Hall. You went to Cincinnati. With no offense. It's Boomer and what else? Ocho Cinco?
Wow. Okay.
What a pathetic city to celebrate playing football in.
I
Dexter
don't
Lawrence.
think you need to attack Cincinnati. Has Cincinnati done anything to you?
You know what?
Like literally.
They've quite literally offended me as a fat person. They put chili on spaghetti. It's disgusting. Yes, so they have done something that offends me.
All right. You agree with Gary Cohen. Let's go to, this is an interesting story. Tom on the Garden State Parkway. What's up, Tom?
Hey, guys. Listen, before I get to my point, Shaun, anytime you need a giant seat, let me know. Any picture I see you go to a game, you're always way up high. I'm section 148. So
well, Tom, you saw me one time I went with Evan upstairs. But yes, thank you very much.
So listen, I've been to Disney World 3 times in the last 4 years. First 2 times I got COVID. This last week I got strep throat.
Wow.
I had to change my flight. I'm waiting in line to hop on the plane yesterday, and I see Plaxico Burress. Didn't look too happy. So I go, excuse me, sir, you wouldn't have to be Plaxico Burress. And he says, he is. Yada, yada, yada. So I get on the plane. I'm sitting next to him. Just not a friendly guy. Just not, I tried to engage a couple times. I know it was a 10 a.m. flight. It's early.
Tom.
He probably doesn't want to be bothered.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. I got to defend Plax. Regularly, does anybody want to talk to people they don't know flying on an airplane or when you're about to board?
That's a good point.
Forget whether you've met a celebrity or not. Just picture you.
Yeah.
If somebody else came up to you because they saw you online, at the Hudson News and said, you like reading the Daily, and struck up a conversation, would you not feel obligated to be nice and it really not come across that way?
Yeah.
So now imagine being Plaxico Burress, who I'm sure gets recognized. And Tom, I'm sure you're a nice guy. He doesn't know you. You go up to him and he's flying home from Orlando. There's probably a bunch of kids coughing and crying. You think he wants to have a conversation with you?
I think, and you're a public figure, Shaun, so this is something you have to deal with, right? Where people could come up to you and say, hey, Shaun, I love the 18 podcast you do.
As you know, it happens more than you'd think.
It happens a lot. I think we could all agree the one place where it's okay to be kind of douchey is an airplane.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, you got to show, at least try.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood too. But the one place where I think everyone gets a free pass is being on an airplane.
Yes.
It's the worst place to possibly. That and stuck on a train. I guess a train, if it's a long train ride, I'd put that up there too.
What sucks about both the train and the plane is there's no escape. You come up to somebody in a store or a restaurant, you can leave at any point, and there's an easy out on a convo. Plaxico is in for the long haul with Tom on the Garden State Parkway.
And if you engage too much and you're Plaxico, you're stuck for 4 hours.
Unbelievable.
I got to defend them. Now, there's good ways to do it. Like, you know what I would do? If I was ever engaged on a plane, let's say I'm sitting next to somebody and all they want to do is talk, and it's nothing personal, but I hate planes.
Yeah.
I'm deathly afraid. I just don't like it. Like, it's whatever it is. I would probably break it down with them. I'd say, look, I got to be honest with you. Here's my number. Call me. We will have a conversation.
Now's not the time.
But right now, I don't want to say another freaking word. I want to close my eyes and make believe this whole thing about being on a plane is not happening. But I'd actually give the number because that's a sign of good faith.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we can talk. Call me up whenever you want. We're going to break it down for an hour and a half. But right now, I'm in hell.
Yeah.
It's called a plane.
No doubt. And Plaxico's also probably leaving Orlando where he probably spoke, met a lot of people. He's done at that point.
Look at us.
He's done with his Plaxico routine.
Defending Plaxico Burress.
The number you'd give them is 888-808-1019.
That's a good line.
That's funny. I wouldn't do that, but yes, you're right. Liam is in Manhattan. Hey, Liam.
Hey, Evan. Hey, I'm a huge fan. I love your show since, Middays with Joe. You're the absolute best. But,
appreciate it.
I'm really kind of taken aback by your attitude towards the Knicks fans, there outside of MSG after the games. You guys don't seem very excited for the playoffs this year. We've made it through this whole season, and it's like I can't afford a ticket to these games. I can't get in to the games in the stadium. So the next best thing is, I live in Manhattan. When the game's going on, I take the subway and I get right to the MSG. I hang out outside. I go to the bars around there, and the energy is freaking crazy, and it's so fun. And you guys are kind of blowing it off, and I'm a little surprised, honestly.
You know what? I got to tell you, Liam, you present a very compelling case.
Oh, it's a terrible case.
No. Excuse me. You know what? I'll let you two argue,
Yeah,
and then
Liam.
I'll decide if I actually fully agree with Liam, because I actually think you made a really good point.
Yeah.
But Sean thinks you're an idiot, so I'm going to leave you on to talk.
Yeah, and
you
then
guys
stay
are
on.
going to fight right now, okay?
No, Liam, I think you present. I'm no stranger to going to a bar to be around other fans because you don't want to like sit home by yourself. That's your energy. That's fine. Go to the bars around the Garden. Why immediately after do you spill out onto the concourse just to have a bunch of videos filmed? Like, stay at the bar, drinking and celebrating there. That's where I think it's a terrible point. The bar is one thing.
Okay,
Why do you have to go stand outside
the social
MSG?
Media coverage. I get it about that stuff being bad optically, but if you're there and you've been a Knicks fan like myself who's waited their entire life for like literally anything to celebrate about, and I know Evan is a Knick hater and I love that about him, but you guys I expect to be a little happier because we finally have something to celebrate in the city. And when this happened a few years ago, like the crowd outside of the Garden with that stupid like Bing Bong video, but like literally I started taking the subway there during the games. Like I said, I can't even afford a ticket to get in.
No,
but when you're there outside.
Well, I think that's the best point you make. So I want to make clear. I think you should be ecstatic as a Knicks fan. Like, you need to win 16 basketball games, and you won one, and you're on your way, and you have a legitimate chance to go to the NBA Finals. So I don't want you to think I would ever, because I would never do it, especially as a diehard fan, ever tell you to not be pumped up and excited. The point I was making is that trend of kids or young people jumping up and down as if they won a championship outside of the Garden, I don't think is a real thing. I think it's done by people that want to be on social media. Now, if your point to me is, and this is where I was moved a little bit, hey, Ev, it's expensive to go to the Garden. I'm only going to go to one playoff game. And I get caught up in that excitement because I don't get to do it all the time. I have to say, hey, you know what? Respect. I respect that.
No, I get it.
Because not everyone's Rami who's going to go to every game. No offense. Like, I get that. But my point wasn't to get on any kind of Knick run. It was more, that does feel like it's a social media push by young people to get attention who aren't diehard Knick fans.
I just can't imagine. And I've had my teams make playoffs, going to a bar near the arena, having a blast, and then going, now I need to go stand out. Like, that would feel like the last place I'd want to be celebrating the win after that.
I'll tell you the one time I did that. I was at the bar, if you know what it is, right near Madison Square Garden when Kreider had the hat trick in Carolina in the third period.
Yeah, and then Chris ripped up the team. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We all went to Madison Square Garden right after the game, and everyone was kind of like partying outside. That was a fun atmosphere.
I think there were certain wins. I don't think game one against Atlanta in a first-round business-like series is where that happens. But what I always like to say to people is to each their own. If you're going to the Garden tonight and it's going to be the one playoff game you go to, I don't want to lecture you not to have fun. I just feel like most of that celebrations, they just feel a little fugazi. Yeah. A little bit earlier we mentioned, or a caller mentioned, how Wade Barrett, the WWE broadcaster, took an unneeded shot at the Jets in the midst of WrestleMania. Here's the shot. Would you like to take a listen?
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got him.
That mask. You're a jackass. Michael Cole right in the face. It was superb. He can play quarterback. Better than the Jets quarterbacks anyway.
Better than the Jets quarterbacks anyway. That's what I need while I'm watching WrestleMania.
Are you sure he's not from Australia with that accent?
Wade Barrett? I thought he was British.
It sounded a little Australian. It sounded bluey to me. And with all due respect, I know we're growing the game globally. You're not allowed to take jet shots when your voice sounds like that. You're not.
That's a new one.
You're not.
That's a new one. Sean is saying you're not allowed to take shots at the Jets if you're British or Australian.
Because it's
That's
cheap.
what Sean just said.
You've parachuted in. I'm not going to take a shot at Liverpool. You don't take the shot at the Jets when you sound
how many
like that.
Super Bowls do the Brits have?
Yeah, can't do it.
We'll get to more of your calls coming up. Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho list, 888-808-1019. And the Yankees had a great weekend, right? They won all 3 games against the Royals. There's nothing to complain about, except for one thing, and it came out of the mouth of the manager, Aaron Boone. Fanatics Sportsbook is turning up the heat with squad bets, the smarter way to parlay. Available across NBA, MLB, and the NHL. Just tap into the Fanatics Sportsbook app and build your custom squad by combining player stats in a one bet. Pick points, rebounds, assists, strikeouts, goals, and set your target. And here's what makes squad bets different. We all know one cold performance can tank an entire parlay. Not anymore. With squad bets, when one player slips, another player can step up to cover. One player cannot bust your parlay. Your bet stays alive all the way until the very end. Track it live, cash out whenever you want. Squad bets only on Fanatics Sportsbook. Parlays hit different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. portion of the program is also sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
Last year was a player that was frustrated with his contract, that was sick of losing, and you didn't get the best of Dexter Lawrence.
The Giants gave Dexter Lawrence what he asked for and shipped him out of town.
Well, we're on to Cincinnati.
They now own the 10th overall pick, giving them 2 first-rounders in Thursday night's draft.
This is what gets you excited?
Woo! New York's football war rooms are going to be busy. What's the game plan?
The beauty of John Harbaugh coming here is that he allows New York Giant fans to kind of turn the corner.
Keep it locked to The Fan for the latest breaking news leading up to round 1 of the NFL Draft. Your home for New York Giants football is 101.9 FM WFAN.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
As the weather warms up and it's time to actually look like you've got it together, you know I'm rocking Flag and Anthem. Their short-sleeve Journey shirts, perfect fit, lightweight, along with the Pivot Performance shorts. Total game changer. FlagandAnthem.com, code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag.
Looking for the lowest price on Continental tires? Go to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any Continental tire you choose. Plus, Town Fair Tire gives you the most free services for life. That's more free services than any other tire dealer. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life on your Continental tires, nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Facing lymphoma, leukemia, or myeloma, John Thurr Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offers pioneering life-saving options. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, head of the state's largest, most experienced CAR T-cell program, a treatment empowering your immune system to fight cancer. For personalized quality care in Hackensack or Neptune from the state's best cancer program, call 833-CANCER-MD.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with my Biz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison has done it again. Named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Not just in New Jersey, but the entire United States. An honor earned through an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. Expect exceptional service, an unmatched selection, and luxury experience you won't find anywhere else. At Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you don't just drive away, you become family. Experience it for yourself at Mercedes-Benz of Edison or visit RayCatinaEdison.com.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 back in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which do expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The R&B Tour, starring Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, live in East Rutherford, uniting two of R&B's defining hitmakers, Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. Two legendary artists, one stage, MetLife Stadium, Friday, August 7th and Saturday, August 8th. Pre-sale for City Card members begins Tuesday, April 21st at 12 p.m. at LiveNation.com.
Draft Spotlights are brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Only pay for what you need. I think Jeremiah Love might be the most talented player in this entire 2026 draft. When I watch him at Notre Dame and any game over the last 2 years, he's the best player in the field, averaging almost 7 yards a carry, and he's a great receiver, catching almost 60 passes in the last 2 years. I could see Jeremiah Love going as early as to that team in Arizona at 3, to that team in Nashville at 4, or maybe that team in New York at 5.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. Paul Schwartz in the New York Post did report that the expectation is the Giants will sign defensive tackle DJ Reader after the draft, as it will not mess with the comp pick formula if it's done after the draft. The Giants had Reader in for a visit early last week prior to the Dexter Lawrence trade. And the Cowboys and Brandon Aubrey have a deal. Aubrey becomes the highest paid kicker in NFL history. 4-year extension. He's the first kicker ever to earn $7 million per year, and he'll receive $20 million guaranteed.
Wow. How about that? A lot going on in the sports world. The Yankees and the Mets both have a respite. The New York Knicks take center stage tonight as they play Game 2 against the Atlanta Hawks. We'll dive into what it's going to cost you to go to tonight's Knicks game coming up a little bit later on. And also in a few minutes, Aaron Boone, off of a perfect weekend, said something that may tick off a lot of Yankee fans. We'll get to that in a few. But right now, Sean, feed us, big boy.
Let's go.
With the Cinco de Luncho.
Let's go.
On the Fan.
Let's go.
Shaun Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle!
That was the morning show, Ronnie. Would have hit it on time.
Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Time out before you read anything, because I got a problem with you. Why? Number one, don't mumble under that beautiful music, which you did. And number two, don't take a shot at Rami, because when you fail to hit something on time, I don't go out of my way to make you look bad. I try to build in, all right, here we go. I try to do something. You couldn't wait to take a crap on him.
Yeah, because
that's a bad job out of you for a job that in 2 days you're going to be back to doing.
Because I need to remind or to make people forget I'm also bad at doing that.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather make it look worse.
All right.
It's called covering my own ass.
Okay. He's very selfish, Rami. I apologize.
I always have been, always will be.
He's done a very good job filling in. There's one little ooh, it's a delay going to Cinco, and you can't wait to take turns bombing him?
100%.
Unfair.
I'm a terrible teammate.
Okay.
I should have been on time, though.
Look at you.
I know.
Why don't you go and ask Shaun Morash?
You could ask me for the sponsor, which is Cinco de Luncho, is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. All right, here we go. It's
bald fraud.
Thank you. It's game 2 tonight at MSG. The 5 things the Knicks need to do to go up 2-0.
Here we go. Number 5.
I want even more from Mitchell Robinson. There were a couple moments where he was a cyborg in the paint where they had no answer, but I think you can get even more from Mitch on the defensive end in a game like this tonight.
Okay. Number 4.
Keep Fat Joe out of MSG. You played with fire in game 1, having this guy perform and be there. And there was a little moment as CJ McCollum was going off for the second quarter where I thought to myself, they can't with this fat bastard.
Yeah, but Fat Joe's always at Madison Square Garden.
You got to get him out.
And it feels like his jinx powers are going to stay with the Yankees more than ever hitting the New York Knicks.
But the Knicks still haven't gotten to a finals by allowing Fat Joe in there. Like, can we stop this now?
Again, this performing is also different than just sitting there courtside.
He performed in the World Series, too.
That's my point.
Get him out.
It's one thing to have him sitting there. He performed at halftime.
And it didn't matter. You guys won anyway.
If we could get Eric123789 on Twitter out of there with facial recognition, Fat Joe's got to go. All right, here we go.
Number 3.
For as good a second half as Cat had on the offensive end, just let Jalen Brunson take over in the fourth quarter tonight if needed. That's it.
No, he's the difference because Jalen Johnson has a chance to be a great player, but I don't know if he's ready for this moment. I remember saying that about Cade Cunningham a year ago.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. Maybe he is now, though they're down 0-1.
Here we go.
Number 2.
I'm letting CJ McCollum beat me again. He got his cute 26 points, but he was the hot hand early. The Hawks are forced to stay that way. If Jalen Johnson is not going to be a guy that learns how to take over games in the fourth quarter, I'm totally fine with CJ McCollum scoring 30 points in a game. Here we go.
Number 1.
And feed Mikal Bridges early. That first shot of the game, I think, did so much for his psyche on the offensive end. Of course, he makes the 5 threes. I think you get Bridges involved early. Kind of, Aaron Boone-esque, Evan, to kind of transition. Follow the same script that worked in many ways, and that would be my number 1 key to the Knicks going up 2-0 tonight.
Mikal Bridges, it's time to step up.
So tonight's game is on NBC. We were given the Iron Eagle Stan Van Gundy Amazon Prime game on Saturday.
Stan Van Gundy taking a run at Mamdani during that game, too.
Yeah, I heard that. Look at that.
With the Trae Young. Brutal. Calling him out for not knowing who's on the roster.
Well, okay, we didn't examine this last week. I'm not sure if Mamdani didn't know Trae Young isn't on Atlanta anymore. I know I used a lot of double negatives, and I'm not defending him, but I listened to that comment, and I think it may have been a desperate attempt by him to try to be funny. And so in doing so, he left it open to the possibility that he has no idea Trae Young was traded.
Yeah.
So I know I'm in the minority on this, and unfortunately these days, this will now be perceived as if I'm like his biggest supporter, which, trust me, I'm not. I just want to be fair. Like, I don't think that the comment about, the ticket prices are high, blame Trae Young, ha, ha, ha. Like, that may have just been an awkward, bad joke that opened the perception that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I agree. Look, politicians are allowed to watch sports and like sports. I think just because immediately that's not their job, we go, he doesn't watch the games. He doesn't know what's going on. You're right. And if Knick fans are going to constantly chant F Trae Young, then who cares if he's saying
Right, that's the other thing. Like, a lot of you guys are still chanting F Trae Young as if he's still on the team. Now, we know he's not on the team. It's just like the dopey, fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So, one of the rare instances where I do have to defend the mayor. I don't think that showed he didn't know what team Trae Young was on. But I think we got Noah Eagle tonight. So we went from Iron Eagle on Saturday to the Younger Eagle on NBC/Peacock.
Peacock.
The Knicks aren't getting Tirico?
I could be wrong. I thought I heard Noah Eagle. Can you fact check that
8
for me?
o'clock NBC, the Knicks can't get Mike Tirico. And I love Noah Eagle.
Well, they've got Minnesota-Denver tonight.
And Tirico was in San Antonio last night.
So
late.
what?
That could be part of it.
He could
Matt
do both,
Vescursion could be in San Francisco and then end up at Citi Field at 1?
No. It's a good point that he was there. I don't think that would stop him. I wonder if he's doing Minnesota-Denver. Because, look, one of my big critiques of what's going on right now in the NBA playoffs is I think that they should be consistent to the network that they're on. So, for example, I think there needs to be like a draft. Like, okay, I get this series, you get that series.
Right.
Kind of like what they do in baseball where, okay, TBS gets Yankees in the ALCS. Or Fox gets this series.
I'm with you.
I think it is so confusing to the consumer to bounce around. I also think it's not great for the announcers. I want the same announcers watching every single game and not bouncing around.
There's a certain flow to the series by doing it that way. I'm completely with
So
you.
I think that's a big mistake that Adam Silver in the NBA has made. Anyhow,
what I see is Noah Eagle and Jamal Crawford.
Told you.
Which is great for Knicks fans because Jamal did a bunch of games for MSG and was really good.
He was. No, I know he'll do a great job. I'm just shocked by that. An 8 o'clock start in New York City, and Mike Tirico's
Is
on the game.
Tirico doing the Denver-Minnesota game tonight, or is he just getting a nice little off day? That's what I'd be curious about, because tonight's schedule in the NBA is all NBC. It's Atlanta Knicks, 8 o'clock, NBC Peacock. Toronto, Cleveland is Peacock and the NBC Sports Network at 7 o'clock. And then tonight at 10:30 is Minnesota, Denver, Peacock, NBC. So it's an exclusive NBC night.
Did you see the NBC Sports Network?
Yeah.
It's back?
Apparently. I'm looking at it. It says NBC SN. What else would that be?
I thought they got rid of that after hockey left.
No, it's back.
Peacock.
Yeah. I would just go to Peacock, honestly, because I think all the games are there.
Yeah.
So it makes it less confusing.
Yeah. You watch that, well, then watch a little Miniature Wife after, and away we go.
What's the show?
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't seen this
Miniature Wife?
The Miniature Wife.
Was she tiny?
Guy accidentally shrinks his wife. Like, Honey, I Shrunk My Kids.
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, Tom from Succession.
Yes.
I'm into it.
Yeah, right up your alley.
When did that start?
Dropped last week.
I just see the promos on the games.
Yeah.
I was watching last night.
Yeah, if you're watching the NBC, can't miss the Miniature
When
Wife.
you said Miniature Wife, I thought it was like a fetish show.
No, I mean, maybe it becomes one. I haven't tuned in, but the ads are all over the place.
All right, very good. Real quick, before we get back to your calls, I want to play this Aaron Boone clip because we report, you decide. I want you to hear it, and then you let me know as a Yankee fan if this bothers you or not. Because I got a buddy of mine who's a Yankee fan. He's like, dude, I'm not bothered by what Aaron Boone said. I want everybody to hear it. And then you all can decide yourself. So obviously Ben Rice has been on fire. This question was asked of Aaron Boone prior to the game on Sunday when asked about Ben Rice and his success and if this means he's now going to be an every single day player. No questions asked. Here's the question, and here's the long answer from Aaron Boone.
Is this going to make it tougher to take him out of the lineup against lefties?
I don't know if it already was. So, you know, I think he's a great hitter. So, I mean, him and Goldie will be in there tomorrow. So, and we got some coming up. So I'll pick my spots where it'll make sense. But, yeah.
Yeah, here's the problem, Aaron. And this is out of respect for Ben Rice. It never makes sense to sit him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hesitate, well, I don't know if this makes it more difficult. It already was. Dude, you sat him in back-to-back games, and your excuse was, I like to use the bullet whenever I can. So number one, by not acknowledging there's a difference, it means that you could do that again. And then you mentioned how, yeah, you're open to there being days where he doesn't play. I'm sorry, we got to be past that.
You guys are dumb.
No. We're being honest. Ben Rice is good enough to where he should play every single day. He's a young, strapping man. He doesn't need off days. He doesn't need maintenance days. And I don't care if it's an alien from Mars who switches off Pat Venditti style from lefty to righty. Ben Rice, I'll say it slowly, Ben Rice needs to play every day. Any hesitation to that question means you're not committing to it.
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
Where am I wrong on that?
You're not. I don't even think that's the bigger issue either.
What's the bigger issue?
The further part that he made was, on top of not committing to every day, he's your leadoff hitter, Aaron Boone. You gave us a taste yesterday.
Yeah.
He is one of the two best hitters on the team. We've called for Aaron Judge to lead off. If you're not going to lead off him, now that you gave us the taste of Ben Rice and saw that it worked out just fine, what Aaron Boone did in the postgame when referencing Ben Rice, and I know he's not even saying anything bad, but it's what he's not saying. It was as if you ever go to a birthday party, Evan, kids, adults, doesn't matter, and the cake comes out on the table, and you look at, oh man, look at that delicious icing. Is that ice cream cake? Is that whatever? You get all excited for the cake.
Yeah.
We all sing happy birthday. Then the person blowing out the candles, again, kid, adult, doesn't matter. Spit all over the cake. The party's been great. The cake looked delicious. Now there's spit all over the cake. Aaron Boone spit on the birthday cake when singing happy birthday yesterday by not just saying the obvious, which is Ben Rice has earned the right to be our leadoff hitter. We're going to progress as so until otherwise.
Shut up, Tubby.
I'm sorry. That's the way it's got to be.
That was some analogy.
Am I right, though?
Spitting it up.
He spit on the birthday cake. Who wants to slice a delicious cake now? Aaron Boone's spit is all over it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I was at a birthday party this weekend, and I don't know if the kid was spitting. Honestly, I didn't even care because it was like, you know what? Cake looks good. If they offer me a piece, I'll eat it.
You don't get wheezy when somebody spits on a birthday cake?
I think I'm past the whole germs thing. Like, I think I'm just past it.
I'm past the germs thing, but there's something about a flat-out spray chart of spit on chocolate icing.
You're funny. That's a good analogy. And to your point, Ben Rice should be the leadoff.
That's it.
And I remember I mentioned this shit last week, that to me there are only two options. maybe 3, but really 2 options to be the Yankees' leadoff hitter. It's Aaron Judge and it's Ben Rice. And yesterday was the first day this season where Boone showed a willingness to do it.
Yeah.
And he led off, and it's fantastic.
And it worked. That's it.
So I agree, moving forward, I would not change it. I don't care who's pitching. I would agree with you that if you're never going to do Judge, and they're never going to do Judge doesn't like it, by the way.
Okay.
Which, if you want to include that as a factor, I respect that. Because Aaron Judge was asked, and I apologize, I did not pull this audio, but he was asked, where do you prefer to hit in the lineup? And he said, with a lot of guys on base in front of me. And that's all you need to know. That's Aaron Judge saying, dude, I want to bat third, so there are guys on base. I disagree with him. I respect the preference. He wants those ribeye steaks, as the kids like to say.
Yeah.
But Ben Rice won, Aaron Judge 2 from now on. I agree with you.
And think about it. Who ended up becoming the Yankee leadoff hitter as the season evolved last year?
Trent Grisham.
Okay. Why did Trent Grisham become the leadoff hitter?
He was performing.
Okay. Have we seen enough through April that Ben Rice is performing? Just give him the Trent Grisham treatment.
No, and Trent Grisham yesterday batted 5th, and I think that's the way you should go.
Yeah.
I actually agree with you on that. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Mark in Oceanside. Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. How are you today?
Good.
All this Mendoza talk, to me, is fluff. The chief problem with this Met franchise is David Stearns. He's the architect of disaster. You saw what he did last year. He's the only human being on this earth who thought Frankie Montas deserves the 2-year, $34 million contract. This year, it's more of the same. When you get rid of Nemo and Alonso, who hit over 60 homers together last year and had well over 200 RBIs, you have to replace that somewhere. That's not going to happen with Shirley Blanco and Susie Semien. I mean, come on. Semien was a terrific ball player 3 or 4 years ago. Terrific. But he's a skeleton of what he was.
Yeah, and look, you hit on this. I know there's going to be a lot of redefining the decisions that were made around the popular guys, the core guys, the guys who are here. One of the biggest things that I don't think enough attention was paid to about letting those guys go was not that they're homegrown, was not that they're loved by the fan base, was that they were reliable. There's something about being reliable in baseball. A lot of guys don't have that trait, even some of the great players. Ronald Acuna Jr. is a great player. He is not reliable. You know what I mean? Like Jacob deGrom. I love Jake. Great player. He is not reliable. Brandon Nimmo and Pete Alonso, to all their detractors, and a lot of it was fair, the criticisms that they faced, they were reliable.
They played every day.
And Jorge Polanco wasn't and isn't, right? He wasn't and isn't.
Wasn't and isn't.
Marcus Semien is on the decline. Who knows what he is? So you replaced a lot of reliable players for a lot of questions. And I don't think there's any doubt that the guy most to blame for the Met issues is David Stearns. Let's go to Roman in Staten Island. Hey, Roman.
Well, guys, along that line, I know it's still April. If and when they will change managers, what do you do with this brand new coaching staff? You just, for example, does Beltran pick his own staff? You bring in a whole new set of people, being only April?
Yeah.
What do you do with all that?
It's complicated because that's why it's likely to not be Carlos Beltran. It's likely to be Andy Green, who's currently in the front office, who probably helped pick the staff. It's likely to be Kai Correa, who's currently on the staff. You're right. That's why, while most of us here at this radio station support Beltran and believe in Beltran, it's one of the rare things that Met fans and everyone around here kind of agree on, that if you're going to move on from Mendoza, the people's choice is Carlos Beltran. I don't know if I've ever remembered a topic where just about, you ask anybody, hey, if they fire Mendy, where do you go? Everyone says Beltran, but it's complicated. The coaching staff thing is complicated, and also the fact that he's going to have to miss games to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame complicates it.
2 games. 2 games.
It's still 2 games.
I mean, it's 2 games. Let the guy go to the Hall of Fame. Kai Correa can manage him that day. You're fine.
No, I get you.
You don't like this is what's really bothering you. You're thinking about this too far in advance, and you're thinking to yourself, he can't be missing 2 games.
Because here's why. I like to think ahead, right? I like to think ahead with a lot of things, whether it's this show or predictions or anything. I know that if they announce today they're hiring Carlos Beltran, there will be an excitement. There will be a, wow, this will be interesting, a lot of vindication for what happened in 2020. But I also know that it will bother me if he misses games to go into the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm being honest. And you don't have to agree with me. You can minimize it and say, Evan, get over it. But I don't know. It's your first year managing.
You know what?
Big Mac had to cancel a vacation because it was his first year doing a big-time show with Craig on the Fan.
But it's the Hall of
Big
Fame.
Mac didn't even blink an eye. He's like, done. I'm doing it.
Hall of Fame.
What does that mean?
That's once in a lifetime. That ain't going away with Big Mac. This is the Hall of Fame. Now, the baseball could really take care of
You're
this.
saying a romantic vacation of Big Mac and his wife, not as important as Beltran making a speech in upstate New York for 20 minutes?
I think Big
is
Mac,
that what you're saying?
Big Mac's wife would agree with that.
Okay.
It's once in a lifetime. What baseball could do for him is very simple, Evan. They could pull the wrestling work. Beltran, you bump at a manager 2 days before the Hall of Fame. We're going to suspend you 2 games. We're going to take the decision out of your hand.
Okay.
And we come back.
All right. That's dopey. We'll actually rank who makes the most sense if the Mets are going to replace Carlos Mendoza. We'll do it in a few minutes, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. And what is it going to look like for you to go to a Knick playoff game tonight? We'll examine the prices with you. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Hold on a second.
What?
Raise the volume on that song. Is this the Jobber WCW music?
It's in the system as bed 12, so I don't know.
Is it?
For those who know, you know. Entering the ring, weighing 217 pounds. Random WCW Jobber.
You gonna Shazam it?
Yeah, Shazam it, please.
I don't have Shazam.
Oh, all right.
It's 2026.
Anyhow,
It's on your iPhone. It comes with the iPhone.
I agree. I mean, it should be easy, but I'm doing a read, so it's on you.
How about you do the read?
Okay. Hey, Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
With the warm months just about here, it's time for a healthier you. Tiki's good buddy, John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells him how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com. And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have royally bungled this offseason. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to make his decision on whether he's playing or not before Thursday's NFL draft. And even if he does, this situation is absolutely ridiculous for a legacy franchise like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers like 10 years ago in Green Bay. Who asked for this? I think this will be a disaster season for Pittsburgh and the Steelers. I'm Nick Costos.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, I was watching TV the other night and saw Evander Holyfield talking about Terra Origin creatine. And I thought to myself, if it's good enough for a champ like that, there's got to be something to it. Now, for me, I've been using Terra Origin Healthy Gut Powder for months. Every morning, easy, mix, drink, and done. And I'll tell you, more energy, feel better, just a part of a routine now. Different products, same idea. Taking care of your body so you can keep performing, whatever your game is. And Terra Origin has it all. Check them out at TerraOrigin.com and save 20% off your first order with free shipping.
Calling all hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg.
Happy
the heavy
birthday to
prosthetic
me.
he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin.
Happy
and left
birthday
painful
to
ulcers.
me.
But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America, N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hey guys, let's get real for a second. When it comes to performance, good enough
isn't good enough. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar. Blue Chew Gold tablets go further than others, combining 2 proven ingredients for circulation plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection from the inside out. Get started today at BlueChew.com. And now we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off the first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code WFAN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Congratulations to Roman Reigns, your new heavyweight champion. That was a nice little end to the weekend, seeing the tribal chief reclaim his throne as the champion of the world. And the reason I was so excited is because my 5-year-old is obsessed with Roman Reigns. He stayed up until the very end, and he was so happy to put the ones to the sky and acknowledge that the tribal chief is the world heavyweight champion. But the best part of Roman being champion is that WrestleMania is over, and it means ESPN can go back to not shoving WrestleMania down our throats. And I love WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But I mean, my God, they put every wrestler on for the last 2 days because they got a TV deal with them with the PLEs.
Yeah.
It just bothered me for some reason.
Nothing got you juiced up for the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs quite like all their WrestleMania talk last week. Now, had Roman Reigns lost, would Spence have said, well, at least we get the better draft pick? That's his go-to now.
That is his go-to line. That's what he says about the Mets recently, and I'm explaining to him, well, it doesn't work that way. Actually, because we spend so much money, our draft pick may go back 10 slots, and it's baseball. It's very complicated. Now, before we get back to your calls, a lot I want to get to in this final hour, including the prices of getting to a Knick game later today. But if the Mets decide to fire Carlos Mendoza, which right now at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time, despite an 11-game losing streak, there are no indications the Mets are going to make a move. I think if they do make one, it would be sometime early today. So I think if we're out by 4 o'clock this afternoon in the midst of the Carton show and no announcement has been made, nothing's leaked out, I think Mendy is safe. But now he has a homestand in which you would have to think the seat is hot. 9 games against teams they should beat, Minnesota, Colorado, and Washington.
Sizzling.
You'd have to think there needs to be success over these 9 games, or then the next off day, Carlos Mendoza may be on the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, and also, why does this have to be done on an off day if they don't do it today?
It doesn't. Look, Willie Randolph was fired after a win in Anaheim, California, so clearly there are no rules to this.
Yeah.
I think it's more just the thought is it would happen during an off day.
Now, we all know that sports could be a slimy business. Do you think there's any chance the Mets are pre-negotiating behind Mendy's back with the manager?
Okay, so this is, and I'm glad you brought that up. So let's go through the options, and I want you as an IBO to kind of rank if they moved on from Mendy where you'd go.
All right.
There are 2 internal options that I don't think really takes much negotiation, which is Kai Correa, the current bench coach, and Andy Green, who's currently in the front office. He's a former manager. He managed with San Diego. And because he's in the front office, you just think, oh, that's an easier connection to the front office. Those 2 guys are already there, so it feels as if it wouldn't be that complicated. And they have pivotal jobs, so it's not like they're there, but it's in some kind of ceremonial role.
Okay, but my pushback would be, what if the Mets are only offering them an interim managerial job?
I think either guy takes that.
Okay.
And usually it is an interim job. Rob Thompson, who was promoted as bench coach, was the interim manager. And then if there's success, you become the manager, right? That's usually the way it happens.
But for instance, I don't know if you're going to mention, Bruce Bochy's not coming here to take an interim job.
Well, let's get to him.
Okay.
Like I want to go step by step. Those are your 2. I would classify them as internal options. While Carlos Beltran works for the Mets and J.D. Martinez now works for the Mets, that's where I would bring up, I'm not sure, as former major leaguers, J.D. fresh off retiring, Carlos being a Hall of Famer, I don't know if they're accepting the interim tag. It may be a more complicated, hey, I want a 3-year guaranteed contract. And then, yes, a negotiation's involved. Of those 4 guys, and we'll get to the outside candidates in a second, as unrealistic as it is, and I acknowledge realistic and unrealistic. Andy Green, Kai Correa. Let me start with those 2 guys. Again, many may not be familiar. Quick summary. Kai Correa is a young guy, just took over as the bench coach, was in Cleveland before that. He's known as the guy who's going to improve the defense. Kai Correa or Andy Green, former manager, currently working in the front office. Which would be the better promotion?
I want the unknown of Kai Correa. You brought him here for a reason, even if it's ahead of the game. If you think at some point in his career he's going to be a great manager, I'd rather get ahead of that now.
I would disagree. I would go Andy Green.
Okay.
I think a guy with experience, and as much as it annoys people to hear that always connected to the front office, that's what baseball mostly is.
I know.
So I don't necessarily think it's this awful thing. Now, am I going to be fired up about either one of those guys?
No.
Of course not. They're not my preferred options, but I want to discuss this in tiers. So tier 1, the realistic interim option, you would go Kai Correa, then Andy Green.
Yeah, because I feel like at least I'm taking a swing on what could be the next great manager as opposed to, he is what he is with Andy Green. It doesn't mean it's awful.
All right, let me give you the external, not really crazy, and not proven successful manager tier. So that's Carlos Beltran.
Okay.
JD Martinez. And you know what? Let's have some fun. Jose Iglesias.
I'm not putting Jose Iglesias. I will remove him from my list entirely because there's not even a sniff that he will be or wants to be a manager.
What? Okay.
As far as the other two guys go, doesn't Beltran have to be that guy? I mean, he was highly thought enough before the scandal to hire him. The Mets weren't the only team interested in hiring him. I think I'd have to put Beltran there as the higher up at that point.
No, I agree with you.
He makes the most sense, checked by all boxes here.
And you would put him ahead of the two interim options of Kai Correa and Andy Green.
Yeah, of that, there's no doubt. I'm intrigued by JD Martinez because it felt like while he was here, he almost played that in locker room coach while being here. But again, being the actual manager is a different story when you haven't coached at all in your life.
Now, let's have some fun. All right, let's have a good time. I will admit these are the unrealistic options, but they are available, and I believe that these guys would pick up the phone and possibly say yes.
All right.
Number 1, Terry Collins.
Man, you have been on his podcast way too much.
Well, I've been on his podcast twice. He's a nice guy, but that's not the reason I say it, as you'll see by the rest of the guys I mentioned.
All right.
But Terry Collins, of course, was the fiery guy, and he could almost be the Jack McKeon, where he's the old guy, no offense, who just takes over and is a caretaker until they find their next great manager, maybe Carlos Beltran. So what about Terry Collins in the Jack McKeon caretaker role?
The more I think about it in the last 20 seconds, the more I love it.
You love that one?
Because his attitude, you're right about the fiery, is kind of what you're looking for out of the Mets right now.
Okay. Option number 2 is you'll see a trend. Buck Showalter.
Oh, you want to go back to ex-Met managers here. Buck Showalter again. I think that's the kind of attitude the Mets might need right now.
Willie Randolph.
See, here's where I'm going to go.
I would love if Willie did it. Willie deserves another shot.
No,
and he
does.
knows it, and I know it, and I'll say it for him. He deserves another opportunity. And the fact he
Willie
didn't
does.
get one after the Mets, it's a disgrace.
We all agree on that. Here's the problem with Willie. The reason I'm saying yes to Showalter and Terry is more of the fieriness. Willie always struck me as more reserved, and I think you're already getting that right now, Mendy.
So no to Willie?
I mean, I got to be fair. If I'm saying yes until I get to the yes, but I would rank him behind.
So far, do you think all those guys say yes? Like Terry gets the call. Does he say yes on an intern basis?
I think Terry doesn't even wait for him to finish the question.
He runs in there.
Yeah, he hasn't gone away. He's here.
Does Buck Showalter say, okay? Now, remember, Buck's almost faced something like this because it has been reported, I know Mike Vaccaro talked about in his book, The Bosses of the Bronx, that after George Steinbrenner decided to move on from Buck Showalter and hire Joe Torre, he had second thoughts.
Yeah.
And had to be talked out of trying to bring Buck back before he officially took the Arizona job.
I don't know enough about how it ended and if there's any resentment, but Buck is such a baseball lifer. I think he would say yes.
He'd actually be perfect. I hate to say that. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah.
All right, how about Bobby Valentine? You think Bobby would come back?
Would Bobby come back?
Bobby would run back.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Did I miss any? Oh, Jerry Manuel. You want Jerry Manuel?
I think, again, we're talking about that reserved nature. You have to poke him, make sure he's awake. Yeah.
Mickey Callaway. You want to bring him?
I think we keep Mickey Callaway far away from this situation.
Can we steal Luis Rojas from the Yankees?
You want him? Sure.
And then obviously you've got the other ones. Bruce Bochy is available. I mentioned his name last week. Joe Girardi, the championship managers who are a phone call away. With all seriousness, because obviously we're having some fun with a lot of these names, I don't know if a mid-season takeover, here's your coaching staff, the team sucks, is the kind of job that Bruce Bochy or even Joe Girardi would take. I almost think they would say, can I have a clean season? Or I don't know, I have some involvement in my coaching staff?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, they could reshape that after the year and live with whatever's going on with the staff for this 1 year.
I miss anybody? Any name I forgot on that list?
I'm going to say, you could tell me he's working.
Joe Torre, is he too old?
You know a name I haven't heard in a while? Forgive me. Maybe he's, I don't know, Joe Madden?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Did something bad happen to Joe Madden?
Nah, I'm just kidding. Joe Madden's around. I think the game has passed Joe Madden by. I think at a time he was very cool and hip and new.
Because he got fired when Girardi got fired, same season.
Yeah. He's out there. I mean, I can't rule that name out. Sure, Joe Madden. Why the hell not? Yeah, so those are all your names in case the Mets fire Carlos Mendoza, which as of right now, as we are on Mendy Watch at 1:13, they are not firing him, and it doesn't feel like they are. 888-808-1019. Joe in Glenhead. Good afternoon, Joe.
Hey, what's up, boys? Before I get to my Mets point, Nets re-signed Jordy Fernandez. So for the 12 of us out there, I think that's a good thing. Solidify, more consistency.
All right. Jordy can coach, and that's almost been his biggest problem the first 2 years, that he's coached too well, which has hurt kind of their status in the draft lottery. But if there's anything I have confidence in moving forward about the state of the Net franchise, it's that I think Jordy Fernandez is the right guy.
The hapless Nets
tried to find the terms of the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then for my Mets point, they panned over to the dugout, in the midst of, the 10 now 11 game losing streak. And, like Francisco Alvarez is cracking jokes, telling stories, and they're so comfortable with losing. It's like us, going to our 9 to 5s or whatever. It's just like, going to work. Like there's no Derek Jeter or Kobe Bryant who has the drive to win. And, I just think back to the Moneyball scene where they're in the locker room after one of their losses and they're, on the table dancing, and then Billy Bean comes in, slams the bat. Like that's what losing sounds like.
So when I saw that clip yesterday, I knew this would be a thing. So it was basically Clay Holmes and Francisco Alvarez laughing. You were on the bench for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Clay Holmes has no involvement in yesterday's game. You do want guys to be loose.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think those clips are wildly out of context.
Yeah. And look, Francisco Alvarez has finally played some decent baseball this year. Like, he's okay to have somebody in the locker room or in the club, like you said, cracking jokes. Not everything has to be the most uptight thing in the world. I think there's, unfortunately, cameras, when they catch these guys, do them no disservice. I don't think it means they don't care.
Do you think that our staff, led by Rami, screwed up by not breaking the glass on this Shams article? Because it is true. Shams came out with a story about 15 minutes ago that the Brooklyn Nets have signed head coach Jordy Fernandez and the entire coaching staff to a multi-year extension. Or, well, I was going to give you an out. Or, well, we're the Nets, and the Knicks are in the midst of the playoffs.
Nobody roots for the Nets. You know what I'm saying, bro?
So is it newsworthy or not really? I mean, it is
Slag, not Nets.
It is for me, but I'm one guy.
All kidding aside, if I was where Rami is today and Tiki was here, I would have broken the glass, but I would have broken it at the end of a segment.
Gotcha. So break glass worthy, but not.
It happened during the last break.
During the last break. That's a tough spot.
Well, I'll save you. I'm going to change the subject real quick. I put Jordy Fernandez's name into Twitter as a search, and you know what the first thing that came up was?
What?
A tweet courtesy of Evan Roberts.
Okay.
On February 20th, 2025. Here's what it says. And this, trust me, it's not really involving the Nets, and you will smile.
14 months ago.
Your latest up-to-date power rankings of current New York sports coaches and managers. We've excluded Aaron Glenn because he just got hired.
Oh, put him in.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Listen to this list. Number 1 was Aaron Boone.
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
No, I gave you some love, and I think that's totally fair. Number 1.
It's right in front of us.
Number 2, Tom Thibodeau.
Gone.
Number 3, Carlos Mendoza.
Soon to be gone.
Number 4, Sheldon Keefe.
Is he still there?
No, he got fired too, right?
I forgot.
I think he got fired too, yeah. Number 5, Peter Laviolette.
Gone.
Number 6, Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah, right.
Hey! Number 7, Patrick Waugh.
Gone.
And number 8, dead last, Brian Daboll.
Gone. Wow, what a turnover.
What a list. If we redid that list today, how would that look? I mean, the one thing we would have to agree on is that Aaron Boone has to be number 1.
Yeah, and I think Mike Brown has to be number 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
The real question is, would Carlos Mendoza or Aaron Glenn be last?
That's I think Aaron Glenn.
Aaron
would be
Glenn.
last. No, because Mendy has pelts on the wall.
And
he was the manager of a team that got to the LCS.
And remember, we have our issues with Mendy. I still think the majority of us don't think it's really Mendy's fault that the Mets are like this.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put him dead last. Like
That's
sometimes
fair. Yep.
when you're on a ranking like this, you could actually be 4 or 5 and get fired.
Yeah.
But 8 still has their job. But I think Boone and Brown are 1-2. I think that's fair. I don't think you can include
Tom Thibodeau is the proof of that, right? Because he was one of the tops on your list, and he got fired.
Exactly. He was number 2 on the list, and he got fired.
You know what's crazy?
Meanwhile, Boone's number 1 on the list. Half the Yankee fans still want him fired.
What's crazy is if you made the list today, 2 of the coaches in this town won championships this season that just didn't matter for us.
Mike Brown's NBA Cup.
And Mike Sullivan was the Team USA head coach that won gold medal.
It's funny.
They both won things we don't care about.
Think about how messed up. If you know what? During this commercial break, I'm going to make this list. And I'm going to see what it looks like. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but I will at least attempt to make
wait a minute.
list.
We're idiots.
What?
It doesn't matter if he hasn't coached. John Harbaugh is the best coach in New York.
Nah, we can't do that.
Yes, you can.
He hasn't coached the game
but
yet.
But he's coached.
And one of your best players said, I'm not going to talk to him. Trade me.
And got a 10th pick. It is John Harbaugh. Be fair. John Harbaugh's the best coach in New York.
I can't make it John Harbaugh.
Of course he is, because he's not a nobody.
I know he's not a nobody, but he hasn't done anything here.
It doesn't matter if he hasn't done anything here yet. He almost made the playoffs with the Ravens, missing half the team. He got hired here. He's the best coach.
The Giants suck.
You're always begging to put the Giants over.
No, I'm not.
The New York Giants, big round of applause.
And we love Aaron, but we love Mike Brown. They have had way more warts on their postseason resume than John Harbaugh has on his.
How many Super Bowls has he won with
Lamar? Zay Flowers pulled the Aaron Judge, dropping things.
Look, he defends a guy, and he's not even a fan of that
bashing
team.
Aaron Judge, though.
By taking a shot at Judge. Oh, this is a creative one. Jamie on Long Island. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Big fan, forever first-time caller.
Welcome aboard.
My big idea is Albert Pujols, the manager of the WBC Dominican team.
And Albert was this close to becoming the manager of the Angels. Like, he is next up as a guy going to get an opportunity. Larry and
who could be having contract negotiations.
Yes, you would have to negotiate with him, sure. Larry in Cranford, New Jersey. Larry.
Hey, guys, I don't know if he would be interested, but what about David Cohen?
David Cohen would run out of the yes booth to manage the New York Mets. I think David Cohen wants to manage the New York Yankees.
I think he'd be good at it, too.
I think he would be, too, because Cohen has this ability to know analytics, speak it, but also have a feel for the player.
Yes.
Like, I think
Great call.
balances those two things incredibly well. And I would keep an eye on him because, look, it's not a knock on Aaron Boone. We just put him number 1 on the current manager coaching list and all that. There's an expiration on being a manager for the New York Yankees. Brian Cashman has said that. And whenever that expiration comes, whether it's the end of this year or the end of next year, I think David Cohen's getting an interview.
Yeah, with Carlos Beltran if he's not the
With Carlos Beltran. I agree with you.
It's amazing there's an expiration date on that, but not the guy who says there's an expiration date.
No, it's different. He doesn't have to deal with the players all the time.
Yeah, he never deals with them.
Well, he doesn't have to. I love how you turn this on Brian Cashman. Let Brian Cashman, and let you understand this, having a lot of money doesn't guarantee success. Just look at the Mets. So having that paycheck doesn't guarantee you're going to be good. And the Mets are proof positive on that.
Would you rather have plan A or plan B right now for the Yankees?
Would I rather have plan A or so Juan Soto versus Max Fried and Cody Bellinger?
Yeah.
Oh, Juan Soto. Long-term Juan Soto. Because, and this was the argument when it was going on, you can survive in the short term because you can use that money and get 2 really good players. And Cody Bellinger and Max Fried are excellent players. But 7 years from now, there's a really good chance Juan Soto is still in the prime of his career, putting up massive numbers, and Max Fried's going to be done, and Cody Bellinger is going to be a memory.
Yeah, and the George Lombard Yankees are begging for a Juan Soto.
That's my point. That's why
I think you're right.
The view on Soto needs to be looked at that prism. More of your calls next, 888-808-1019. And Knick fans who want to go to the Garden tonight with tip-off in about 6.5 hours, how expensive is it really? Especially with some of the changes the Garden has made in terms of acquiring tickets. We'll examine coming up. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Whether you're on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts to getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. And with each package delivered, your business gets paid. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
As the weather finally starts to turn, golf season's back, the grill's firing up, and it's time to actually look like you've got it together. That's why many rock Flag and Anthem. I'm doing it right now with my Flag and Anthem. It's when I look good when I wear it. Their short-sleeve Journey shirts fit perfect. They're lightweight and super comfortable, whether you're out on the course or just out for the day. And the Pivot Performance shorts, total game changer. Stretch, breathable, and versatile enough for 18 holes or a night out in town. Look good, feel good. It's that simple. Head to flagandanthem.com and use promo code WFAN25 to get 25% off today. Flag and Anthem premium clothes without the premium price tag.
This portion of the program is sponsored by DEA Take-Back Day. Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. April 25th, find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts. It's also sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you get closer to Western One Sports. Cavs and the Raptors in Game 2 in Cleveland, and I think there's plenty of points again in this one. They smashed the over on Saturday, and that was for a 1 p.m. local start time. Sure, both teams shot really well, and the Raptors did a terrible job of forcing James Harden to his right. I'd expect some improvement in their game plan, but not enough to stay under. Cavs' offense is too good. There were 63 combined free throws and only 5 fast break points, and the over cleared with ease. I'm on the over again tonight. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Gold prices are soaring and silver is near an all-time high. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, then you want top dollar, then go to the Estates Roadshow this Friday through Tuesday at TMT Cash for Gold in Old Bridge. For info, go to tmtcashforgold.com.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529. 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code COVER to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code COVER to borrow up to $10,000. Use code COVER to borrow up to $10,000.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Calling all hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Step up your game in a Mercedes-Benz from Ray Catena. When it comes to performance, luxury, and selection, count on the power of 3. Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 powerhouse locations delivering what matters most. First-class customer service and an experience that's always a win. Their expert team is ready to help you find the perfect Mercedes-Benz, whether it's a gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Make your move to the triple luxury Mercedes-Benz dealerships. Visit RayCatinaMercedes.com.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
The problem with radio is we can't show you our new box packed with a KFC snacker, 5 nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $7. So you'll just have to trust us when we say the crispy golden fried breading will make your mouth water. You'll have to trust us when we say this is a ridiculous amount of chicken for such a small price. And you'll have to really trust us when we insist that, yes, it really is only $7. $7 box feast from KFC. Trust us, it's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary. Tax, tips, and fees extra.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Cooking easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. Ian Rappaport just moments ago reporting that Rams free agent quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is now considering retirement rather than returning back to the Rams. We might have seen the whole Jimmy G career come and go. And tonight's the night. Both the Mets and Yankees are off, meaning it's all eyes on the Knicks in Game 2 versus Atlanta at MSG, 8 p.m. tonight. The Raptors and Cavs plus the T-Wolves and Nuggets will each also continue their series with Game 2s.
I was fascinated because Madison Square Garden, besides spying on their fans, decided to do something different to help the fans, in theory help the fans, and that is not allow people to sell tickets on the resale market on Ticketmaster until 24 hours before tip-off.
Okay.
And I was curious to see what the results would look like. Like, does it bring the prices down? Because the intention, or at least their stated intention, is very noble, which is we're trying to keep the tickets out of the hands of ticket brokers, and we want to get the tickets to you. Now, keep in mind, Knicks tickets are going to be expensive. So I'm not telling you this is cheap. I'm wondering, is it down from what it would have been?
Okay.
So what I noticed on Saturday night was that a lot of tickets were still being listed right before tip-off, but it felt like a lot of people refused to lower their ticket prices to get rid of them. So when the game started, it felt like half the arena was available on Ticketmaster. I look right now on a Monday night, and the get-in price is $292, about $315, $330 if you move up a couple of pegs.
It's still a lot of money for a lot of
It's
people.
a ton of money. It feels, and you tell me, Rami, because you've been looking at this too, it feels slightly down from what it would have been. That's how I would view it.
It is, because if you think about what the lowest prices were $230 something, that or $220 something coming from the team itself. So when you consider the markup that usually there is for the secondary market, I think this is down from where it was. And to your point, I think it's going to get lower because I think a lot of people ate their tickets on Saturday. I think there were
Instead of chicken fingers?
Just let it go. Just let there be silence so he understands that, sometimes he's not that funny. Okay. Do you want to finish your point, or you want to let Shaun make another dumbass joke?
The way he's staring at me right now.
Just continue. What garbage?
I'm just kidding.
The point is that I think that people didn't sell them and took the loss because they were so stubborn on getting the price that they thought they were going to get on the resale market. And now people are like, oh, wait, we're not willing to do that. We're willing to take a loss of maybe $20, $30 or only make $20, $30, and then thus the tickets are going to be lower.
It is better when you drop a lot of money as a season ticket holder and you're not going to go to the game for whatever reason. You can't go, whatever. You're better off getting something back than just eating them because that money is still money.
It counts. It's better than nothing.
And what I wonder about with this series is if people are saying to themselves, I want to go to a Knicks playoff game. I would love spending my Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. But I can't in good conscience drop that kind of money when I also plan on going to the second round against Boston.
The Knicks have graduated to that. And remember when the Chiefs were having trouble selling like the wild card round tickets a couple of years ago? And it was their fans got so used to spending big money games that why wouldn't you wait until the second round conference finals? Why would you pay for the first round?
Now, there's still enough people where obviously there's great demand. Yeah. But that may keep prices down a little bit.
Yeah.
So my advice, and I think especially tonight with it being a Monday night, which is very different than a Saturday night, I think if you want to go to the game tonight, go there without tickets, and at about 7:30, when you're at a bar outside the Garden, then I think you jump. Then I think you say, let me see what I got here.
You post up at a bar until 7:30. Just keep checking and refreshing.
And you want to get really crazy? Want to get really crazy?
Let's get nuts.
Wait till after tip-off. Okay, you missed the first 10 minutes.
The problem with that is
Go
I
ahead.
agree with that in any regular season game. The problem with that is they make such a big hullabaloo of the intros during the playoffs. You want to be there when 5 minutes before tip, the whole crowd's in their seats chanting, "Let's go Knicks."
I get you.
I think as a Knicks fan, that part you want to be, especially if it's the one playoff game you're going to. That's why I didn't wait, because I was like, I want to be there on time. I want to be there early.
Yeah,
I respect that.
The full experience.
It's basically
Especially if you're paying that price, you want a 3-hour experience as opposed to the 2 hours and 15 minutes. if
Is
you go in 10
a
minutes late.
$50 ticket a $50 off per ticket rebate enough to miss the opening, or is that not worth it? You'd pay the $50.
Well, I already paid less than those numbers that you brought up.
No,
so
but that's my point. Like, if you know it's going to go down even more, is it being $50 cheaper, even upon what you paid, worth missing the opening? That's up to you as an individual.
How annoyed are you, too, if you're sitting in the row behind when those people show up 10 minutes into the first, like, where you been?
No, I hate that.
Now you show up?
I actually judge you. When I'm at Met games and someone walks in the fourth inning because I've seen it, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, why did you even bother coming?
Like, what was the point of this? Let's go to Ryan in Fairfield. Good afternoon, Ryan.
Good afternoon, boys. How are we doing?
Good, man.
So I know you guys were talking about the get-in price being like $3 something, and I'm sure that's like a higher level. I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan. I come in peace. I'm not here to argue with you, gentlemen.
Sure.
When I go to games and I live in Fairfield, Connecticut, so I just take the Metro North to the city. I don't go to Madison Square Garden. Not during the regular season. I go and watch the Hawks beat up on the Nets at the Barclays.
Well, how nice
I can go basically. I can basically go sit courtside for like $80, at the Barclays, and so that's what I do.
Thanks.
But I was doing a little bit of math over the past couple days, comparing like you guys do before tip-off and whatnot. But I like to sit in good seats. I don't want to sit way up. Tonight's get-in price right now is about $1,800 to sit in section 117 at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
About $1,800, and that's before you pay your taxes. If you wanted to save $1,000, you could fly to Atlanta, get 100 level seats, get an Airbnb, eat and drink all night, take Ubers everywhere so you could really drink as much as you want, and you would still save between $800 to $1,000 if you just went to the game in Atlanta.
No, and I've done this before with these playoff games. Like I think with Philly, when they played the Sixers a couple of years ago, the prices were down because Philly fans hate the Sixers. There are ways in which it is significantly cheaper to just go to the other arena.
Incredible.
And I think in the case of the Knicks, like Thursday night's the NFL draft, it's midweek. The day to go is the weekend. Saturday would be game 4. Because if the Knicks are up 3-0, which is on the table, right? It's a closeout game. Those prices in Atlanta will go down even more.
Yeah.
Then you get to spend the weekend in Atlanta and see the Knicks potentially close out the Hawks on the road.
And the time, I'm sure, with Atlanta being a hub, you could probably fly in Saturday morning. I bet you could find a late night flight Saturday night and never stay the night.
You could.
And you could probably add a fun night at Magic City while you're there for less than it costs to go to Madison Square Garden.
True. It's all cheaper than go to Madison Square Garden. Let's go to John in Myrtle Beach. What's up, John?
Hey, fellas, what's going on today?
Yo.
I want to jump back to the Mets, but before I make my point, I would love to see Terry Collins come downstairs and help out. But my choice would be Beltran, ultimately. But TC, I think a father figure in that clubhouse would make a lot of difference.
He would actually make a lot of sense with Beltran, and I think those were rumors when Carlos first took the managerial job of Terry Collins possibly being his bench coach, if he was willing to do such a thing. So, yeah, that would make sense in theory, sure.
I like to see him. So back to my point, and I think with the exception, obviously, of the run to the NLCS, we could probably call the Cohen area so far a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it and I say, so what's the common denominator in this thing? And I always think back to his first foundational move, and I think of thumbs down and fights with squirrels and rats and bad starts. And I just wonder if everything is done. And by the way, I'm not absolving Stearns. I think he sucks. But is everything to appease maybe the problem?
Francisco Lindor? Yeah, first of all, I don't believe this idea that the Mets changed their roster because of Francisco Lindor. So, number one, I don't buy that. And number two, when they made the decision to build around Lindor, I want to remind you the other superstar player that was going to be available via trade, because there was another one. I don't know if you even remember it. Do you remember the other highly rumored superstar that was going to be changing teams right around the time the Mets made the decision to trade for Francisco Lindor?
I don't.
The other person, and I preferred the other person, even though he was a little bit older. And I think you'll all agree once I tell you the other person, the Mets made the right choice if you're comparing it of Lindor versus this guy. And the guy I'm talking about is Nolan Arenado. So
you've been trying to push him on us.
Different Nolan Arenado. That was far different back 5 years ago. Lindor's been a really good Met. Has he been a perfect Met? No. Does he get off to bad starts 4 out of 6 years? Yes. Did he have the thumbs down situation with Javi Baez back in 2021? Absolutely. Did he choke a Jeff McNeil potentially multiple times? Yes. I'm not telling you it's perfect, but the man goes out and plays every game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been mostly clutch since he's been here. He's an incredibly productive player. I have a tough time believing that's the problem over the last 5 years. Now, there's a guy on hold, and it's literally written down that his name is Evan Roberts. So before we take the call, do you think it's that guy from many years ago who used to call up Steve Summers as Steve from Manhattan and just play drops of Steve Summers, and Steve wouldn't realize it, so Steve would have a conversation with drops of Steve Summers?
What?
I remember that?
I hope that's what it is.
That'd be amazing. I missed that guy. That was one of the great prank call ideas.
What?
Well, no, it'd be like full sentences,
full sentence,
though.
yeah.
He did it to Beningo once.
Amazing.
I got to find that old clip. Like, Joe and I are doing a show, and it's like, all right, let's go to Joe in New Jersey. Joe, you're on the fan. And it's like, bro, the Jets are this. And Joe had a full conversation with him.
With himself.
I was cracking up, and then finally I was like, bro, do you realize what's going on? No, what's going on, bro?
Amazing.
I'm like, that's you talking to you. All right, so let's say hi to Evan Roberts. What's up, Evan?
How you doing, Evan? First time, long time. This is not a prank call.
Are you? Is your name Evan Roberts? Like, do we have the same
My
name?
name is Evan Roberts from Long Island.
Say my name, bitch. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, that's all. We're like doppelgangers.
Feel very sorry for you.
Yeah. You know what else is cool? I got the way to fix the Mets right here. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Trade Lindor for Ruben from Cat's Deli and hire Soto as the player coach.
All right. So we get Ruben from Cat's Deli, and Soto becomes the player manager. You think that'll work there, Shawnee?
I need a Knish thrown in.
Do you remember when I came on the air with my Lindor trade idea?
Was it to the Yankees?
No, it's to the Dodgers. I was being realistic. I said, hey, guys, because I was very damaged by the decisions that David was making. Alonso's gone. Diaz is gone. Nimmo's gone. And so I came on the air and said, look, I prefer not to trade Lindor. Like, I don't want to trade Francisco Lindor. But if you're going to blow it all up, let me come up with a realistic trade idea, right? And so I picked the Dodgers because they have a lot of money and Mookie Betts shouldn't play shortstop. And I came up with a realistic trade idea. Do you remember what it was?
Was it Freddie Freeman?
Freddie Freeman was one of the pieces. Tyler Glasnow was another one of the pieces.
And I don't remember who beyond.
Andy Pajes, who's had an amazing year.
Yeah, that would work out for the Mets.
Yeah, that would have been a great one for the Mets.
Are the Mets in an 11-game losing streak right now if they make that trade?
No, are you kidding me? I mean, I don't know if Andy Pajes is putting up the same numbers he's putting up in L.A., but no. I think when you're bad and the Mets are bad, everything should be on the table. Like I say that about the Jets. I was doing a discussion about what the Jets should do in the draft the other day with Jake Asman on his YouTube show. Yeah. And I said to him, I'm open to everything because we're the Jets. Like, you can't be closed-minded when you're bad, right? And if the Mets season continues to spiral, you absolutely need to be open-minded to everything. And as much as I like Lindor and I just defended what he's done on the field and the decision to acquire him, of course I'd be open to it, but I don't think the return is anything that you'd expect. And the fact that Met fans hated my trade idea 4 months ago, well, I got news for you. You wouldn't get anything close to that.
Don't hate when Evan's ahead of the game, huh?
Am I ahead of the game?
Well, you were at that time, but I don't think they're moving Lindor, so I don't think you were ever ahead of anything.
No, I don't think they were either. I'm just saying that if this season spirals, I'd be open because we're going to have those conversations.
Do you think Lindor tomorrow is going to take the brunt of the booze?
It's a great question because I was debating this, and I was going to get into it more tomorrow, leading into the game a little bit, on how the crowd reacts.
Yeah.
I don't think specific players are hearing boos until they fail. I think the only thing on the table is them getting booed when they take the field. And the reason why I don't love it, do not boo, is Nolan McClain is taking the field. And Nolan McClain right now is our king, and we salute him, and he does no wrong. And so any kind of boos that are anywhere near Nolan McClain feels like it's a crime.
You can boo all you want.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. So maybe they wait. Maybe it's just after everybody's first out. Everybody.
Well, that's different. If you want to react to bad play, like I totally get that. Dylan's in New Jersey. Dylan.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, man. What's up?
First of all, Shaun, I think you look great today. I really like the button-up look on you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm handsome.
Quick point I want to make before I make my main point, but watching DeGrom in 2018-19, I felt like every time he went to the mound, we were like, this could be the game he goes perfect. And I think we're maybe not there yet with McClain, but like it just feels like he's got the stuff for that. So I think it just, it's pretty cool whenever he goes to start. Next thing I'll say is, Evan, what are your thoughts on maybe trying to arrange like a Mets protest where we just get a bunch of Met fans to mingle instead of watching a Met game or going to the game one day, trying to get the ratings down?
I don't know what are we protesting? Are we protesting David Stearns? Are we protesting Steve Cohen? Are we protesting the fact that a bunch of overpaid players suck? Like, you got to get me in line in terms of what the protest is.
Yes. To get the ratings down, he said.
To get the ratings down on the Mets?
Yeah.
On SNY? Well, guess what? Keep losing. The ratings will go down.
Yeah. It's not SNY's fault.
Yeah. Watch the Rico Bronya download numbers go down too. You keep losing. I mean, it's just natural. By the way, great job by Andrew Kaplan, who does a fantastic job in digital. We mentioned earlier when we took that Evan Roberts call that there was a guy who once pranked Steve Summers by playing drops of Steve Summers.
You got it?
Andrew Kaplan has found the call. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back into the archives of WFAN with this flashback of Steve talking to Steve.
Steve is calling from Manhattan. Steve, you're on the fan in New York City.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, hi, Steve. Go ahead.
Real quick on the game. No defense tonight from anyone, especially Felton. And everybody looked like a step slow, like they were running up and down the floor in molasses.
Well, you're right. I guess Steve dropped off.
You're right.
Of course he's right. Steve made the point initially.
Cap, you're the best.
How
That's
about Raymond Felton getting a little plug on a Knicks playoff night?
I love that he loved the point so much. He said, you're right, because it was him.
Yeah, it was his point. Of course he loved the point. John's in New Jersey. Hey, John.
Yo, boys, what's up? How are you guys?
What's up, John?
Good. What's up, man?
I was a big night last night, WrestleMania. You know, Roman won the championship, right?
Yep.
Evan, I was curious on your thoughts. How do you think they go after Roman now? You think Oba comes after him? What do you think? I was just curious.
I think that Roman goes full-time until SummerSlam, so I think he'll give us a lot of the dream matches we haven't gotten yet. Maybe Gunther's a guy. I don't think he'll do a rematch with Cody, but maybe we get a lot of, maybe Braun Breaker gets a shot at it.
I get that feeling that Gunther's a lot like the Knicks. He's always around, never makes the finals.
Yeah. Okay. A Gunther Knicks comp. All right, fair enough. And I think eventually it leads to him dropping the title and putting over a superstar, putting over a young superstar. And I think the young superstar is clearly Oba Femi.
So we're not doing the Jey Uso anymore? We're done with that?
I mean, I guess they could do a Roman J program, but I think it's Roman giving you a bunch of matches for the next few months and then probably, and because this is what wrestling's about, it's ultimately putting somebody over the way Brock did last night for Femi. I think Reigns, whether it's WrestleMania or SummerSlam, I'm not sure, because I don't know if he'll go full-time for a full year, but I think it leads to him eventually putting over Femi. That's my guess. You like that one?
I do like that.
Little wrestling talk? I'm arguing with I'll call him a friend. Arguing with a friend right now about if Roman cheated to beat CM Punk. Like, we're arguing as if wrestling is real. It's cracking me up.
As if there's nothing else going on in the sports world right now. That needs to be an argument.
Listen, WrestleMania is a big deal. Let's go to Mike in Dover Plains. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
Listen, what about a couple of managers that were on the upswing in the Met organization? Wally Backman and Eduardo Alfonso.
Yeah. Look, I love Edgardo Alfonso. I know a lot of Met fans love Wally Backman. I don't know how realistic either of them is.
April 20th, 2026, we're doing Wally Backman Met manager calls.
I mean, I did mention in rehiring Bobby Valentine.
I wouldn't be shocked if on that clip we played from Summers, there was a caller that night who brought up Wally Backman managing the Mets.
Yeah, he is always the name that comes up. No doubt about it. Mike's in Cranford, New Jersey. Hey, Mike.
Hi, guys. I really enjoy your show. Just wanted to follow up, Evan. You had talked about for the tanking way to overcome tanking to have a playoff. Did you hear Adam Silver's answer to that about how a playoff would mean that players would be playing really hard for one of them to possibly lose their job? I don't know if you heard that on Friday when the guys.
No, and that is my fault because I really wanted to listen to it, and I apologize, and I will go back and listen to it and give it a fair answer. I got to make sure that it was presented as if you also get a playoff spot, and I'm not saying that they didn't because honestly, and that's a bad on me because I usually make sure I listen to everything. I didn't get a chance. So table that call and that comment. Give me today. I will certainly listen. And I will give you my feedback to Adam Silver's answer. And if that question was asked by Craig or Big Mac, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that because that is something that has bothered me for so long that he wouldn't be asked directly about why that doesn't work. And if they did that,
great job. They did
great
ask
job.
that. They didn't include the part about them getting a playoff spot.
Then it doesn't count. I'm sorry.
Then they didn't do a great job?
Then they didn't do it. No, it's not about them not doing a great job. It's my own thing. It's an Evan thing. So that's on me.
The other thing that Adam Silver said in addition to that is, not only are you talking about guys who would lose their job, what if there are a bunch of pending free agents? Like, do they want to play in a series?
That's why the question is, no offense, it's voided because my whole point about it, I'm not blaming them for it because
it's incentivizing the actual players to care.
I want them to make the playoffs, so then it doesn't matter if they're losing their job because they're not thinking about it. A tournament just for the number one pick does not work. So I agree with Adam Silver.
For all those reasons.
It needs to be both. That's the idea I've presented for years. Like, you get both. The fans get the number one pick, which I'd be happy about, and the players get the 8 seed.
Right.
And as the Magic just showed you, get me the 8 seed. Because they won game one, and the fans down in Orlando now have a belief that they can win this series.
Yeah, there could be something magical going on there.
I'll still listen to it. I'm sure it still was a great interview, but that's not the way you asked the question.
Need it presented differently.
So I'm bad at Big Mac. I'm Big Mac. Did Big Mac ask it or did Craig ask it?
I don't remember. I would guess it was Craig.
What does that mean? You mean because Craig asked most of the questions?
Big Mac asked strictly Aaron Boone related questions to Adam Silver.
Nah, in fairness to both those guys, I will listen to it.
It was a good interview.
Oh, no, I'm sure it was. But my whole point about that is it needs to be connected. Otherwise, Silver's right. He's 1,000. You can't just say you get the number one pick for winning a tournament because you are losing your job. Why would you do it? It needs to be connected to the playoffs. Anyhow, let's go to Brian in Rochester. Hey, Brian.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, I want David Stearns' job, and I'm not talking about his GM of the Mets, even though I don't think I could do any worse at this point, but I want a job where you can make millions of dollars and totally suck at your job. Like, I've been looking on Indeed for these kind of jobs, and I haven't seen any yet, but I'm definitely going to apply, like, in the job description, must suck at your job.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Appreciate the call. We have breaking Giants news. Go ahead.
This is according to Ryan Dunleavy. Odell Beckham Jr. is in the Giants building for a physical today, per league source.
Oh,
There
Jesus
you go.
Christ.
Odell's back.
So the moment they trade Dexter Lawrence, they bring back the guy they traded for Dexter Lawrence to be picked.
Giants stink.
Odell's back.
It's like when the Yankees traded Aroldis Chapman and then got him back. It's the same thing.
Odell's back.
I don't like this.
What do you mean you don't like it? Why not? You know why you don't like it? Because you and Tiki lectured me when I said you have nothing to lose by bringing him in.
No.
And you're like, no, it doesn't make sense.
This screams like just placating a portion of the fan base who might be a little unhappy they just lost a star player.
That has nothing to do with it. It's unfortunate the show is ending, but what it also means is Sean's got to do a podcast.
No, I was off tonight.
That's
but I likely will.
Dude, when Rami told me it wasn't Mets related, I was so excited.
Yeah. I'm so tired of Giants.
You were so nervous when you didn't know what it was. You thought it might have been.
Get me to next Monday. I've had it with the draft, but join us on the roof on Thursday.
We got a lot coming up. The Carton Show is next. There's plenty to talk about. The giddy Knick fans, the Met fan thinking the season's over, the Yankees don't lose. Dexter Lawrence was traded. Keep it right here on The Fan. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This Odyssey Sportsman is brought to you by Dr. Jay Shaw at Samuel Institute for Pain Management. Visit samuelpain.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
If you're a